Hey folks, it's Jesse, the founder of Max Fun. Since we postponed our annual Max Fun Drive in mid-March, we have gotten a lot of questions about if and when we'd be rescheduling it. And honestly, we've been asking ourselves the same thing. Well, now we have an answer for you. The 2020 Max Fun Drive will start on July 13th. That's coming up soon. We decided to have the drive now because it's always brought a lot of joy and excitement to our community and certainly to us. And to be totally honest, it's also the main source of income for some of our hosts. Like pretty much everything right now, this year's drive is going to be a little different. We'll still be bringing you very special episodes, fun community activities, premium thank you gifts, but we also know it's a weird time and for some folks a really difficult one. Some people are in a position to become new or upgrading members, others can't right now, and that is okay. We'll have ways for you to support Max Fun at every level, including some ways that won't cost you anything. We're also going to run the drive for 4 weeks instead of 2. We didn't think it was a good time to be rushing anybody, and having a longer drive lets us be a little more low-key in our drive pitch. It also gives us more time to do fun stuff, like the weekly live streams we'll be putting on for charity throughout the drive. Most importantly, we want the 2020 Max Fun Drive to highlight all the ways we support each other and our communities. We also want to show how grateful we are to you for making all the work that we do possible. Stay safe. We'll see you July 13th for the Max Fun Drive.
Before we get the episode started, very quickly, this was a live streaming show to benefit the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. And if that's an organization you want to donate to, you can do that at any time by going to NAACPLegalDefenseFund.org. And now, without any further ado, here is this week's episode of We Got This with Mark and Hal. Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all, loads and loads of things.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcast should have a theme song. Podcast should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
What is up?
Hey!
How are you, everybody?
Oh, it worked.
It did. Hi, Hal.
I had this vision in my head that I was going to be the only one, like one of us would come on before the other one and be like, well, we're both about to be here. Don't worry.
I promise he's coming. I once was doing a play years ago and an actor missed an entrance. This was a summer camp musical. An actor missed an entrance and the actor who was on stage just decided and said out loud and began, he said, you know what? It's been a long time. I'm going to write a letter to my father. And then sat down and dictated a letter to his father while waiting for the other actor. I like to think that you would write a letter to Bill.
Yeah, I would.
Because let's be honest, if anybody was going to not figure this out, it was going to be me.
It was going to be you, but you nailed it. You did it.
Thanks, buddy.
We're here. Thank you to everybody who's joining us. You've helped raise a lot of money for the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, which we'll talk about later on in the show. If you're not familiar with We Got This, it's a show where we settle insignificant but important debates. And we are doing a clean slate of several small topics with a great slate of guests, including our very first guest and one of our greatest guests, Lil Janet Varney, our friend from Thrilling Adventure Hour, and so much more. Janet, please join us. Yes! It worked!
Hey, guys.
Hi, little Janet Varney.
Hey.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just waiting for your song. I genuinely misunderstood and thought that you were going to sing a song, even though it was all jokes about songs.
Oh, I was lying before we started and said I was going to sing an original song. I still might at some point. We've got a 2-hour show lined up.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
well,
it might happen.
Don't be afraid to make up a quick song about me since I'm your first guest, but that's sure. It's cool. You don't have to.
Janet Varney. Oh, Janet Varney.
Yep.
She talked about toys before. Janet Varney.
Yeah.
Little Janet Varney. And today we want to know, should you stay up late or get up early during the quarantine? Asks Alan Ray Park. That's our first topic of the day. Thank you to Alan Ray Park.
It makes you think. It makes you think.
Like we said, we're going to go with the real hot topics for debate right now. Are you an early riser, Janet?
I feel that I am one of two perfect guests for this answer. Me being the perfect guest for the get up early answer. Mm-hmm. Someone else undoubtedly being the perfect guest for the stay up late answer, because I have very much embraced the I'm tired at 9:30 and I wake up at 5:30 and I'm excited because it's not hot yet. And now we're in June gloom. So there's a nice fog, which reminds me of my love, San Francisco. And so I have been getting up early and going for contemplative walks with maybe one or two other people who seem to be doing the same thing. We sort of give each other a special look we have our masks on and we kind of look at each other like,
you're not talking about Brandon, right?
Hey, brother or sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know the secret to getting up, and it's getting up early.
But now we're in this weird place where everything is one giant day and that never ends, and everything is the same all the time. So has that changed anything? I mean, I wake up early no matter what. I can't sleep, I don't think, past 7. That's getting up late for me, no matter when I go to sleep. So I almost don't choose between the two, but I wish I could sleep in better. I wish I could sleep in more now, because it seems like it doesn't matter how long I'm awake for in a day. I can take an hour or two off.
I think for me, I've pretty much had like consistent things through the stay at home that have really still marked the days for me.
Are these self-imposed, or are these like outside things that
some of them are outside things, some of them are self-imposed, but I'm a very much a creature of routine. And so if you give me like one thing to build the rest of a routine around, I can pretty much I will find a way to sort of create everything's still in order. Monday is Monday. Wednesday is Wednesday. Wednesday is always Wednesday. So I feel like I've had a good amount of that. It's not like necessarily fun stuff. Like I have PT on Monday. But it's right near my favorite grocery store in Highland Park.
What you consider the fun one?
I mean, I do feel like I'm getting better. That's fun.
Janet, do you have a calendar where all of your appointments are written in clippings of letters from magazines and newspapers?
I'm not threatening to kidnap myself for ransom.
The good girl goes to PT, then the good girl gets to shop afterwards.
Yeah.
Then she puts it in an envelope, puts it in her mailbox, goes back inside, then walks out and goes, "What?"
That's how you trademark it. Well, you mail yourself your calendar.
Yeah.
That's why I do it, because I think they'd be very valuable someday.
Did you ever mail yourself anything thinking, this is the best thing ever and I need to copyright this right now? Like a drawing you did as a kid and you're like, somebody's going to steal this.
Never. The first script I ever wrote, I did because I felt like I had heard that was something that you're supposed to do. But the whole time I was doing it, I think I was very aware that it was symbolic at best.
Right.
But I did, so I've done that once. But no, I never thought I can't think of anything I would have felt proud enough of that I would have thought, this is mine.
Well, generally, all of your ideas are great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tons of great ideas, especially the calendar. I think like anything you would mail to yourself when you're at that stage, because I definitely did it. I might have even done it with a spec script for a show that was already in production, which there's no way to copyright that at all.
Yeah.
Generally things that you do that with probably aren't anything that need to be protected at that level anyway. It's early work, which is just a stepping stone to later work. That's a good way to put it. That's a nice way.
But also I like that you're saying protect it at that level as if that's like a significant like DEFCON protection level. Like I don't think
it's the worst.
Yeah, DEFCON. I don't think I need to be copyright orange. I'm not going to red, but I could probably be at yellow or green for some of those early ideas.
I just figured there was a terrible court somewhere where they were really bad at their jobs. So they go, well, he mailed it to himself.
Yeah.
I award the plaintiff $8 billion.
Objection, Your Honor. Steam will open an envelope.
All right. You're all under arrest.
Your Honor, is this a good time for us to bring? We have about 15 bags of letters to Santa Claus. Could we bring those in, and could you make a determination on that?
Yeah, I've been dying to read what they're writing that guy.
Okay, great.
It's just all scripts from little kids.
Yeah.
It's all their spec scripts. Santa's like, oh my God, if I have to read one more Friends.
This is gross and meta, but that is kind of amazing. Like if there was a sketch where somehow in Hollywood people were like, you know, you're supposed to send Santa your scripts. And then it was like, I'm not saying it would be a good sketch, but it's a believable concept for a sketch.
Sure. And
I always liked when you mail yourself something and it's the getting it back that's fun. Like you mail it to yourself and you're like, oh, I got mail today. Then you're like, no, it's from me. I wonder what I sent.
Are you that excited to get mail?
I get excited to get mail. I get excited to get mail where my name is handwritten.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that means that it's usually something personal and not a business thing. Unless like, you know, my congressman who's running this year starts, you know, sending me personalized things, at which point I will absolutely vote for him.
Do you ever get fooled by the fake handwriting on the envelope where it looks like handwriting, but it's printed and it's like, Honda days are here again when you open it up?
Like,
some
wow,
of those
this
are
person
still like, the most basic, like sans serif, like, you know, just like the most basic, like, I wanted to say wingdings, but that's not a usable font. We all know that that's just shapes.
Correct.
But you know, it's like,
oh my
that
God.
Early, like Hot Springs, like they've just made it to the 80s with their font in like the, you know, card that they send out. Like, oh, they just found this. Cool.
They got print shop.
Yeah.
They had to they had to tear the little dot hole paper off the side and all comes out in one long feed. I love that stuff. I know, right?
I'm
let's
not
get
going to
back
say
to
anything
talking
depressing about the post office. Okay.
No,
okay. Yes.
Since we talked
let's get back to talking about the morning.
Yes.
I feel like we got 3 people who are all pretty much on the same page. I'm an early riser. I go to bed late, but I don't sleep terribly much.
You seem to not need much sleep.
I don't.
That's shocking to me. Yeah. Whenever we're traveling together, I will go to bed super early, like always, and you're still out. And then I see you're like the first person I see the next day. And I'm like, well, you look great. You must have gone to bed right after me. And you're like, oh, I never went to bed. I've never gone to bed.
Early.
You look bright and cheery.
You see me early because I do not want to miss a hotel breakfast. If I'm in a hotel and I wake up and it's like 9:50, I will get dressed as fast as I can and get down there with the 5 minutes left and be like, I can still get a bagel. Like
That's a good motivator, then.
Free breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, generally mornings for me are get up and cook breakfast while watching the 8 a.m. Rick Steves on Create. And then, you know, like 9 o'clock, the rest of the world seems to be beginning. But I really like having like late night, having time to myself is not like as fun to me as early morning having time to myself. Like that starting a day, I'm going to make my coffee. I'm going to have breakfast. I'm going to watch a TV show that I love. I'm going to sort of decompress. I mean, decompress following sleep, but
well, you know,
I wake up, I'm like, oh, I am tired. Even when I go to bed, I haven't gone to bed.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, when you're a kid, there's like a joy in getting to stay up late because you're not supposed to, but you always have to get up early. And then so you reach this period, sort of like with college and like, or the first time you're out on your own and you realize like, oh, I can eat whatever I want. I can stay up as late as I want. So you start sort of testing those boundaries for yourself. And that gets, for a lot of people, that gets old. For some people, it never gets old. They just get old.
It sticks.
And they continue to stay up forever. But I think that you eventually gravitate back towards, oh, it's actually better to get up. Either I have a job or I get up to work out or whatever I have a structured schedule that looks like a kidnapper sent it to me. You know, whatever it is, you start gravitating back towards that. So I think
that's very casual.
Yeah. I can't do that with mine.
Also, quick note, it is for sure getting brighter and brighter in here because I face west. So if it feels like I'm being more and more blown out and getting more and more pale and washed out, you're not imagining that. Within the next 2 minutes, it will just be like lips and eyes.
Well, that's about how long
and then
we
just
have.
White light. Yeah. Right.
You're about to look like the Chinatown poster. You're getting really close to it.
You're going
Thank you.
full
I was
Cheshire.
trying to think of like a Nagel. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of like something that was just so like featureless, but Chinatown very much beats that.
The cover of the
Now,
Great
if this-
Gatsby.
If this whole thing, if this whole thing goes bright white and then suddenly you're not sitting in the chair anymore, then we're going to be worried. Like it comes back from
Rapture.
white.
That's the Rapture.
It's Rapture.
Yeah.
Just shoes sitting there.
So
We have about 60 seconds left with you, Janet. Thank you for coming on.
Yes,
you know what?
you.
Because we're going to try to do all of these topics. Why not?
So,
This
it,
one, I
so it
think,
was
is-
getting up early, right?
It's getting up early.
Asked
I
and
definitely
answered.
feel getting up early. Yeah.
Getting up
Oh my
early.
goodness.
All right. One down. The quick one. This is from Leslie Trotman. Thank you, Leslie.
Hi, Leslie.
Yeah. Leslie.
What's the best sock height?
Ooh. I'm going, over the knee. I'm not saying it's an everyday thing, but I still like, I like an over the knee boot. I like an over the knee sock that goes with that boot. And I feel that they look sexy on a man or a woman or anyone in between.
I don't know. I feel like on a man it would look like Zardoz
Anybody who identifies
boots.
as anything can look cute in an over the knee sock. I'm into it. Sure. That's my personal preference.
I mean, I generally err on the exact opposite side, the like lowest possible so you don't see it above your sneaker. But, you know, if I've got to rock some tall over the knee socks, I don't know when that
For
opportunity
your
would arise.
swashbuckler boots.
You know what? I did have swashbuckler boots. Oh, this is Hal's height.
That's an
Did you
ankle,
just take
right?
that off?
Yeah, I sure did. And I slowly.
Yet he didn't
fluttered
take
to the
his
tree.
shoe off. That's magic.
Nope. Yeah,
That's pretty
good.
impressive.
And I
Yeah.
also
Yanked
tied
it out.
a cherry stem into a knot with my toes. Well, I like that sort of length. When it's too low, the edge of your shoe will cut into your ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get that it looks like you're not wearing socks. I'm all
Yeah.
for that. I'm not saying wear what I just showed you with a pair of loafers. But,
Right. What you just showed me with a pair of loafers is like the ultimate dad in an airport move.
yeah, that is, I'm grilling. There's nothing else I could possibly be doing. I think that would be I like that sort of, I don't know, is that a 3/4 crew? Is that a crew? Crew is the one where it's really low.
Like to the low end of your calf.
Yeah.
I will say this though, to what Janet was saying, it does feel like these other socks are a personal preference for comfort based on, you know, this, I don't like the way this one feels on my heel, or this one has a little more ankle support, but only one of these is a statement. And I think that the over the knee sock, like
over the knee, yeah.
that is I am doing this on purpose. I'm wearing these socks for a reason. And that reason is, look how good I look. And you know what? You look great, whoever you are, wearing your over the knee socks.
We're going
But
over
in the
knee.
summer, don't wear them. You'll get very hot, and I worry about you.
You have to wear them. They're the best kind of socks.
Speedo and over the knee socks.
Yeah.
I've done a terrible thing.
I did it.
Yes, you have. Ask and answer. Look what you did.
Thing.
Janet Varney, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
guys.
Janet.
I love you
You've been an
guys.
absolute delight. We love you too.
We love you.
Thanks for helping us raise money, everybody who's watching. We love you.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Bye, Janet.
Bye, Janet. Well, that was
All right.
wonderful.
That was wonderful. We love
We're
Janet.
gonna roll right into it, right?
We're rolling right in. Our next guest,
Our oldest friend in LA.
Our oldest friend in LA. This guy, we've known him for about 20 years, almost. Yeah. And, you obviously know him, having seen him get eaten in Jurassic World. He's the voice of Grizz, but he's most importantly for, Grizz on We Bare Bears. Sorry. Not just any Grizz.
Not 30 Rock.
Right. He's a dear friend. And most importantly, he's a music super fan. So we have a music question to start. So without further ado, Eric Edelstein. Come on in, Eric.
Come on down.
And Lee. Hi, Lee.
Hi, Lee.
For those of you who don't know Lee, you can follow Lee on Instagram at,
It's a private one for friends.
Oh, okay. I won't put it out there then.
Yeah.
My mother follows
befriend Eric.
Lee.
Well, yeah. It's a delicate situation.
That's
All right,
fair.
no, Jess has him on there at Mimu the Rescue. So if you want the censored whitewash Lee without his drinking or political acumen, follow Mimu the Rescue. If you're looking to hear his taste on politics, go to the Torrance Lions Club. He's there with his Gambling Anonymous sponsor about every night.
Eric, I love you, but I kind of just want to ask Lee these questions.
Yeah.
He's here, man.
Where does
Mark?
Let's see where
Lee.
There he is. You see him.
I see you too, buddy. He does not care right now.
Lee, you have a full concept of this technology.
You know,
That's
he doesn't
right.
go anywhere he doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
Also, how many names does he have?
Got about 7.
Fair. Lot of names. Mimu,
Originally
Lee.
Liberace, now
Yeah.
Lee.
Mhm.
And to bring it all full circle, Bob Dylan in one song today in his new album drops Al Pacino, Marlon Brando, and Liberace in the same lyric. And it's amazing.
See?
You-
it's perfect.
You,
brought
the
up
music
Bob Dylan.
fan, have introduced me
Yeah.
to the joys of Liberace.
And I had no clue either. He's incredible. Lee
Driving
was
around,
at it.
couple of 40-something dudes driving around just blaring Liberace with the windows down.
Yeah,
right.
man. It's called Living Right, and we're doing it.
Pretty great. It's pretty great.
Now-
Valley style.
Yeah.
Eric, you brought up Bob Dylan. That's the perfect segue into this
I love
topic,
it.
which was
I
suggested
love it.
by Jordana Kane.
Okay.
Jordana asks, electric or acoustic? Because that was when Dylan went electric, people lost their minds.
Oh, is that really the question?
The
That
question is,
really the
and this
question.
is not
Electric or
specific
acoustic?
to Bob Dylan, but the question
I'm
is
gonna make
simply,
it. I'm going to make it specific to Bob Dylan, and this
Okay.
is
Okay.
gonna shock people. I will take electric Bob Dylan over acoustic Bob Dylan.
Why is that?
really?
And I have seen, because I'm a nerd, I've seen Bob Dylan 7 times in
Amazing.
the last year, and I think he's either in love or has a disease diagnosis because he's the most incredible I've ever seen him. I'm talking like Rolling Thunder. But for me, I love acoustic. I go see Neil Young acoustic or electric, but electric just makes my soul soar.
Yeah.
The electric guitar feels like it might be America's greatest gift to the world. I'm assuming we invented it. That might be wrong. But I love electric. There's something about it that just takes me to another place. But acoustic is wonderful as well. But I'll take Bob Dylan after he plugged in and after he rocked, and I'm snapping my fingers and driving the car around.
I love it.
It's so funny because I was sitting here thinking, like, if I listen to, I love James Taylor. I saw him it's one of the best concerts I've ever seen. Him and Dolly Parton are the 2 best concerts I've ever been to.
yeah.
He is so skilled on the guitar, and if you put him on an electric rather than an acoustic, it completely changes his entire catalog. So then that becomes, well, it's clearly acoustic because you can't do acoustic stuff with electric. But then if you gave Jimi Hendrix and you put him on like a Martin acoustic guitar rather than electric guitar, that changes what he does. It would still sound great because he was so good. He was so skilled at playing the guitar, but anything other than what he was doing with electric is you add fuzz to, like the way you distort it, even the way it sounds with distortion is different
yeah.
than with an acoustic guitar.
Well, and I think that was why we always loved MTV Unplugged and why I love Neil Young's Bridge School benefit, because they're all acoustic. And you would really get to see who can transfer it. And those bands that you're surprised that can do acoustic well, like I'm not a huge Queens of the Stone Age fan, but they came out with wine glasses and did an acoustic set, and I was like, right on. Tom Waits did an acoustic set. Some other bands struggle with it. So I think acoustic is also really a true test of talent in a way.
Mm-hmm.
If you can still do that. Like I saw Metallica once do an acoustic set at Bridge School, and I'm not a Metallica guy. I was floored.
Well,
Like,
that does seem like that's at least with the 90s MTV Unplugged acoustic sets, it was to show the musicality. I think so often, and I want to step back also and get away from just rock and roll music and the electric versus acoustic guitar, because it does say acoustic versus electric, and that can mean a million things. That can be Vivaldi versus Fatboy Slim. You know what I mean?
You're stretching it.
I'm stretching it to its extremes rather than because we have it. So we have it at both ends, but it does seem like that's the acoustic is showing off the musicality more. I remember when Lady Gaga went on SNL years ago and opened with a big flashy electronic number and then kind of pushed her crazy costume out of the way, sat down at a piano and just played a song.
Yeah.
And both of them were wonderful. You can hear a little more of what the music is doing in the acoustic version. But I think you're right. Like for a live show, something big and electronic and amplified and crafted by an engineer in the back with faders. And I think there's a lot, once you plug in, there's a lot more you can do.
Yeah. And what I love is the surprise of somebody you expect is acoustic, and then when they plug in, like I went to see Brandy Carlisle and she rocked.
No kidding.
Yeah. And then sometimes you'll see electric and they'll go acoustic, but I think they both tap into different parts of your soul. Because when I see Neil Young solo and he's got 8 different guitars behind him, it's this reverential, almost feels like church, very calm. There's a lot of older people there that can just sit and enjoy it. And then I'll see him literally the next night playing with Willie Nelson's kids, and it's loud and ragged, and it just brings out this visceral part of your soul too. So really, you kind of need them both. But if I'm picking for what I'm going to do for a concert, I'll tell you what, friends, I really miss concerts. As you can imagine, I really miss rocking out. It's my favorite kind of medicine. I don't drink anymore. So it really kind of replaces, for a stress release, live music is my thing. And I think for live, I do love electric better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think another thing that kind of clinches it for me is thinking about Buck Owens, who's somebody I got familiar with in the last couple of years. And his music is not the same without Don Rich playing a Strat behind him. Playing the Stratocaster.
Like incredible.
Just one of the greatest guitarists that people who aren't country music fans have probably never heard of, but just like a prodigy. And the way he played it, like you have to have the electric. Even with as good as Buck Owens, Buck Owens is a great guitar player too, but I think we got to go electric, which is weird because I came into it thinking acoustic because it's so much more personal and it has like a smaller, more intimate feel. But
there's also an accessibility.
Yeah.
To an acoustic set, there's an accessibility. Like anybody with a guitar can sit on a beach and play acoustic music. There is music all around us. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, Hal. I absolutely agree with electric.
I was
being the way because versatility wise.
Yeah. It's electric. Asked and answered. And
I love it. I love it. And as the musical friend that has brought Mark to some incredible live shows, I'm very happy to be here.
Oh, we have
Charlie Pride because
we saw
me. We're not going
Nonagenarian Charlie Pride at a casino in Saratoga Springs.
Amazing.
Yeah, because I thought all music at the end of the day would be love and bring people together, and I was right until I dragged Mark to a Bocephus concert. And since then, I've been very humbled and very careful what I recommend. And Ken,
for those who don't know, Bocephus is Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I was humbled. There was not a ton of love in that room.
No.
At the Leonard Skinner Bocephus concert in Atlanta.
But I have something that I think you will love.
Ooh.
We have another topic.
Is it the next topic?
The next topic.
I'm surprised we got through that one so quickly, Eric. That's,
I know. He knew and made a good argument. Sometimes it's all it takes.
That's it. Well, when you've gone to this many live shows, you synthesize this stuff where I'm like, I'm going to see Neil acoustic. I'm going to have this feeling, and then electric, I'm just going to rock out.
Did you get the new Neil Young album today? I thought
today, and Bob Dylan and Willie has a new single. So we've got a lot of your
Mount Rushmore
friends, our strong medicine men are giving us music on this Juneteenth.
Amen.
Amazing. Yeah. All right. Here's a quick fire. This is a quick shot one for you.
Please.
Jeff Baby asks, hash browns or home fries?
Oh my God, dude. Well, Jeff, 3 weeks ago, I invited my friend Mark over here to eat my homemade hash browns. Literally.
That's why I put this one on.
I love home fries and I've made them for years. You do it low and slow with onions, but I just learned all it takes is that grater and you make hash browns, wash the potatoes, drain them, Jeff. Put them in the fryer, I do a little bit of fake egg. You can do real egg, Jeff. Get crazy. Maybe your health isn't allowed you to eat whatever you want, but be careful. But I'm a hash brown guy now. I get a good crisp on there. Oh, cancel Christmas.
Yeah, you can. Well said, sir. I feel like there needed to be music acoustic or electric music swelling behind you as you said that.
You're getting a tighter, better version of me right now. Yeah.
What were you
like? He's surprisingly coherent and has a point. Like, I'm here.
This is the fastest I've ever heard you talk.
I'm happy to be here. Whenever you get invited to one of these things, you're happy to be here.
I had the same answer as Eric, but mine was just, I don't like onions and peppers in my potatoes. I just want some potatoes on my plate. And I do like the shredded, because you get like a crisp layer and then you get the nice like set of soft layer.
It's ridiculous.
It's pretty great.
Have you guys ever had shreds of something other than potatoes? There's a spot.
Life? Sure.
There's a spot down I mean, as like filling that function in a breakfast. Zucchini makes a perfect breakfast shred.
No. Why are you doing this?
Dude.
What?
You want an 86 mark and just have me sit in, Hal?
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to do it.
You guys, I'm telling you.
Just shredded zucchini.
Yeah. What are we, 3-year-old children?
This is why the rest of the country thinks Hollywood is crazy. Cause No,
Man,
no
zucchini?
shredded zucchini.
What's
You
wrong
come with me. You come with me to this place down the street from me that does, they do zucchini shreds with breakfast instead of hash brown potatoes.
I'll
And
go
you
with you if you have a
change your
Bowie
tune.
knife. That's the only way I'm going to have your shredded zucchini. For real. I'll have zucchini if it's deep fried, battered with a ranch or a blue cheese adjacent to it. That's it, friend.
Really? Do you know if you like candy, Eric, you'd really like an apple?
Oh man,
It's
did
so
I
good. It's
suddenly
sweet.
become that guy on Halloween?
You became
I'm
my
the guy that
mother
hands out
talking about
toothbrushes.
dessert.
Oh.
That was my mother. She
You
would go,
giving out
you know what's a
apples
great
on
dessert?
Halloween?
Yeah. Oh yeah, wait. Ugh. Yeah, there's always that house. First of all, they
Yeah.
should be evicted. Then, my mother would always go, you know what's a great dessert? A peach. She would even make the noises. I'd be like, woman, are you insane?
Did you
Yeah.
wait for her to finish that sentence with the
No.
word cobbler?
I'll be dropping my head onto a desk loaded with chocolate chips like Tony Montana. That's my dessert for a peach. A peach that has its place, but not at the dessert table.
No, that's
Matt.
sacrilege, man.
My goodness.
You're right. Peaches aren't dessert, but shreds are great hash browns for breakfast.
Stop it. The answer
Shredded
is
potatoes.
But
Mark.
the answer, because I think yes, because of the crisp that you can get,
hash browns.
it's hash browns.
Yeah. Asked and answered.
Asked and answered. Eric, that's all the time we have with you.
I love y'all.
I love
You're
you,
the
brother.
best, literally.
Thank
both of
you.
Love you. You're the best.
Love you, brother.
Thank you.
We'll see you
Are
soon.
Kidding? I had so much fun. Bye, guys.
See you,
Bye.
Lee, put the
Um,
knife down.
bud. Oh no, Lee. Oh,
You know what? He's going to do what he wants.
that
Can't
dog.
stop him.
I'm
That's
surprised he
Lee.
didn't have his bow tie on. He has a little red, white, and blue bow tie where he looks like a tiny delegate to the to some convention. He
Well,
just
you
needs
know-
what do you call them? Barbershop quartet hats that they wear.
Yeah. Like a boater.
Boater. Is that
Straw
what they're
boater.
called?
Yeah.
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 Well, let's move on. Oh, this is very exciting. This next block of help that we have.
You're
What?
discovering.
Yeah, no, I've got it right here.
Oh, look at that.
I'm doing the Today Show. I've watched a
Okay.
lot of the Today Show where they go
Okay.
like, oh, you guys, up next. Up next. These are some dear friends of ours that we got to travel with their mega award-winning, world's greatest, #1 podcast in the world for a good long while. Welcome to Night Vale. And one of these people I actually grew up with. For those who don't know,
Yes.
Cecil and I, grew up together in Tennessee doing shows and hanging out at the Cinnabon at the West Town Mall. But right now, we are not bringing them here to talk about the Cinnabon or Welcome to Night Vale. They can if they like. But please give a welcome to Symphony Sanders, Cecil Baldwin, and Meg Bashwinner. What is up, y'all?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
This is exciting because I haven't seen y'all today yet. We didn't see you in the
Hey.
thing before.
Oh,
I know.
you
Your
all
bangs
so
look amazing.
wonderful.
I'm the jabroni that got bangs like the week the quarantine started. They were up here, and now I'm like in a prison of my own hair. But
Meg, you were
it's awesome.
you're like a
look
60s
cute.
fashion model.
You look
Yeah.
like a lot.
But you can't
Yeah.
see that I haven't had my eyebrows waxed in 3 months. So
That's okay.
See,
Oh,
you know what? They still look
groovy
nice.
eyebrows. And,
That's what they're
Symphony, I'm very excited to see your cat
Hi.
ears. Always with
Oh,
you.
yay.
I love
Yes.
it.
I'm like, when else am I going to wear them, you know?
I just assumed that you would be a person that even at
Yes,
home
in the
during a
house.
quarantine would be like, I have costumes and I'm going to put these on because this is for me.
I've definitely been that person. I started leaning into the weird really hard early on in quarantine and was walking around cemeteries in my neighborhood in like cat ears and like the teeth pants from Welcome to Night Vale.
Checks out.
And randomly
Yeah.
just turning and going, who are you looking at?
I know. I'm like, why do people think I look weird?
Yeah.
I'm like, hello.
Do you know how many
waving at
people now have a story about a cat ghost that they saw while they were visiting great grandma?
Probably 150.
That's correct. We have some food-based stuff. We all love food.
Yes.
We love our food. We eat a ton on the road. Good Morning Night Vale is exclusively a food
A
podcast.
food
So
podcast.
Tracy Fierick asked whether you're supposed to bite or lick ice cream.
Okay, Tracy. If it's a cone, you lick it. If it's like a ice cream sandwich, I have a couple of ways, but I bite that more than I lick it. But a cone, strict lick.
See, so you're nodding your head.
That's wise.
You agree?
No, I think Symphony's onto something. It's the soft ice cream, hard ice cream divide.
Yeah.
You gotta lick the soft serve, but bite the anything more firm than a gelato, you gotta
You have to bite into it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with biting is only necessary when there's a compound to it. So you got a brownie chunk in there. Yeah, don't choke. You're not going to be able to lick your way through a brownie. But regular ice cream, it's too cold.
You don't know that.
I don't know about you, but I've burned off all the enamel off my teeth. I've either ground through it with my stress night teeth grinding or my every sort of acid drinking tomato you could eat. So my teeth are the most sensitive. So the idea of biting an ice cream cone makes my wrists weak.
But at that point, then, if the ice cream is, I think the hard versus soft is a big thing for this. I don't think it's possible, if an ice cream is super solid, it's just been scooped out, or if you're at Disneyland and you get an ice cream there that's pulled out of the freezer, the dry ice bin, where it's that hard. I don't know how to do it without biting.
You use your tongue to make it warm and melt it.
That takes so long.
I think that's the trick, Mike, is that it requires patience to be okay, I gotta wait for this to melt to substantial lickable consistency.
I'm the owl from the Tootsie Pop. 1, 2, crunch.
Yeah. I'll even with soft serve, I'll do cause I'll get it dipped in Jimmy's and then I'll lick the Jimmy's off, but then I'll start just
Jimmy's? Wait, hold up. By Jimmy's, do you mean sprinkles?
Sprinkles?
I call the rainbow ones Jim. My dad says chocolate is Jimmy's and rainbow is sprinkles. I call them all Jimmy's.
Do you care to examine the racist implications of that statement?
I have no idea. What my dad said?
I've heard this. I don't know if this is bullshit. Am I allowed to curse? I'm cursing. I've heard that them being called Jimmy's was in reference to the Jim Crow laws.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So then
just to unpack.
Sprinkles. That's
what I call them. Sprinkles.
They're all
sprinkles.
We always called all of them sprinkles.
Well, I'm glad I learned this.
It's sprinkles.
Listen, I could be. I had heard that. I don't know if it's true. I haven't followed up on it, but I just always called them sprinkles.
I'll go sprinkles. Yeah. Sprinkles is fine.
There's no loss in calling them sprinkles, right?
Yeah. Also, I have the sprinkles. I get rid of the sprinkles. I eat those first, and then I go top down eating I Pac-Man my way through. But I'm not licking.
Do you do the full lip press like that?
Yes. Like that.
Yeah, because you're trying to navigate. I have sensitive teeth like Meg, and I'm trying to navigate I knew what you're doing, Cynthia. I knew you would. You're trying to protect a horse, how a horse eats, they use the lips to bring it in, and then the teeth are maybe involved later. Yeah. I'm horse eating ice cream constantly, and I can't get I want the most amount that I can get in my mouth to eat at a time because I'm unhealthy.
That's like the habits. Spork. That's the spork of eating ice cream right there.
Yeah.
It's not biting or licking. It's
it's
mawing.
Do you bite or lick?
Mawing.
Oh, Hal has a whole third thing.
I'm mawing.
Mawing.
I maw it. I like to maw my ice cream.
Yeah. Use your instrument, you have your whole body. You don't just have a teeth and a tongue.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to get ice cream. Bring movement clothes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Limber up first.
Explore the space with your body.
I love having the Night Vale crew on because y'all roll with cocktails.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
cheers. There
Jimmy's
you go.
are named after the guy who creted them, who is James Bartholomew.
All right. So
Nice.
I had just heard some
I was like,
about it.
I was like, maybe, but I was like, it might be, there's some ice cream stand where it's just Jimmy's ice cream stand. And he was
that's what I
he
heard.
only had one kind.
It was right next to Sprinkles ice cream stand. That failed. So he made the cupcake shop.
Sprinkles is better though. I actually like Sprinkles because it makes it feel magical.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Sprinkles.
Let me ask y'all this. Do you have a preference between soft serve and scooped ice cream?
Scooped. Because I'm not a child. Sorry.
That's fair.
I
would say there's more variety in a scooped ice cream.
Sure.
But I'm not going to turn my nose up at a yogurt or a
I love me some Yogurt Land.
No.
And that's all soft serve.
But that's just really a conveyance for toppings. I really just want to I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever this generic flavor of yogurt, really just let me at the topping bar,
Exactly. It's definitely more of a parfait, if you will.
Yeah, that's
something.
true.
But if the quality of ice cream is low, so we're not working we're working not at a high level, I'm going to go with soft serve. Because I think I can put sprinkles on, I can make it better with the toppings. If the quality of ice cream is high, like a Salt and Straw or like a Jenny's,
get me started on that.
Where they're really focusing on the flavors and the ingredients, then I'm going to go with a hard pack, obviously, because there's caveats.
And I'll tell you what, I am generally not a cone person, but if they have a good cone, like a pretzel cone, or something exciting.
Or like a tempura battered,
Where
are you getting your tempura battered ice cream cones?
Vancouver, ironically.
Vancouver, Canada.
I mean, you guys have had ice cream all over the world.
It was Symphony and I, Meg, I can't remember if you were
I didn't
found this
go,
one.
But you guys talked of the legend of this place.
We went twice, and
we found this place in Vancouver next to the whatever the big sports arena that was like waffle cone fish with
the fish was this.
With that you would put ice cream into the mouth of it. Like imagine a waffle.
It was the rolled ice cream.
In the bottom of the
scrape
waffle
it on the thing.
Was baked in like a custard, either a chocolate custard or a vanilla custard. So you got all the way down and there was still like a little warm custard left in the bottom of the waffle cone. It was
really good.
It was magic.
To this day, I think it's my preferred ice cream.
We're chasing that. We're chasing that high.
That's the dragon you're after. I thought when you said it at first that it was just a cone with fish in it. I did not understand, and I was like,
just sardines.
These night folks eat weird food. They eat weird food, but I like that. The rolled ice cream to me always feels like there's less ice cream than you think there will be, because if you're not familiar, they it's like flat ice cream. And they take essentially a putty knife and they roll it into these little pirouette type tubes, and they put that in a fish or whatever, and then you eat it. But doesn't it feel like there's not enough ice cream, or am I just?
It's very airy.
Can I maw it?
No, you do generally err on the side of quantity over quality in a situation like this.
Yeah.
Why not both?
Right?
Why not both?
I feel you. But getting back to the topic at hand, lick or bite. Maybe it sounds like the lick is the way to go. My own personal patience issues aside.
Yeah, it is.
I'm still going to consider lip work licking.
The maw. That's a lick.
Not
okay.
A bite.
And
that's
also,
true.
if you have
it's a gum.
If you have brownie stuff, you sort of use your tongue to excavate around it, like an archaeologist, and then you can free it, and you can do it all with your tongue. It takes longer, but the juice is worth the squeeze.
Absolutely.
I would say. So
By Hal Lublin.
That's my autobiography. It's asked and answered.
Asked and answered. Do we have time? We'll do it real quick. Real quick, because this has been turning into one big one and a short one. Here's our short one. And this actually kind of fits in the same vein, because one of them has the toppings built in and one of them has the toppings as a separate thing folded in. And that is omelet or frittata.
I'm frittata all day.
I'm frittata all day. I like it mixed in there.
Oh man. I gotta say an omelet. Just because you know what my quarantine activity has been? I've been teaching myself to make my perfect omelet. Cause it's one of those things that I had seen it done. I've never been able, I'm a really bad home cook, especially in the mornings. So it's every day I'm working on that perfect Bousson omelet, and then, f***ing around with ingredients and stuff like that. So I gotta stick with the good old omelet.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm not a fan of the omelet because when you cut into it, the stuff falls out and it's not one bite. I love, and plus the texture for me is better because it's more like a slice of pie, or you can eat the whole thing. I mean, depending on how big your pan is that you're using with your frittata and how big your appetite is. But I enjoy, it's like a crustless quiche. To me, I enjoy that texture. Plus, it's all there, and you can get your cheese and your veggie or whatever in that one bite. I also personally like a hollandaise sauce on top.
Good call. I'm with you 100% on the frittata. What do you want as your sauce for this egg? Egg sauce, please.
More some eggs and butter, please. Yeah, I'm a frittata because I feel like if you're you can get more stuff into a frittata. I love an omelet. If I'm at a diner, I'll get an omelet. But if I'm making myself dinner, and if I make an omelet, that's like Depression City. If I make a frittata, it's like, oh, are we on Top Chef? You know, like it's.
It feels a little elevated.
Yeah.
Cecil, you'll get to frittatas.
You know what? Because you need a special pan. Like I
You
have
don't need
like
a special pan. Use your frying pan. Put it right in the oven, girl.
The frying pan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
I
let
have,
us
like,
just
the
have a
same-
plastic handle.
Yeah.
Are you guys oven or
shitty
boiler?
frying pan for like 7 years. That's like I'm like, can you handle a frittata? We'll find out.
Just put it. Yeah, everything can go in the oven.
Come on, girl. We're going to make just one more frittata. Come on, girl.
Just one more.
Yeah.
I was
one week away from retirement.
Pull it together.
Just make sure it's not a plastic handle because you will melt that all over your
yeah.
oven.
Yeah.
No plastic handles. Frittata's the answer. Asked and answered.
Asked and answered.
There we go.
Oh, thanks, y'all.
Respect.
Cheers.
Thank you guys so much. We love you so much. It's so nice to see
we
your
love y'all.
faces.
You. We
It's
love
so
you.
And we love your
Cheers.
audience. Cheers to your audience for raising money for a good cause and
Amen.
hopefully laughing a lot. Hi,
To
Mom.
the people of the world.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, that was
That's such
fun.
an epic shot of Meg to go out on as her.
Yeah,
sipping
just
the drink.
tipping that back. Oh man, how you doing,
One of
Hal?
the best. I'm doing great. It feels like this
Good.
is flying by.
It is, but I mean,
can't
I've got my little clock that's telling me we're right on pace.
Wait, let me see that.
It's an old pocket watch.
Oh, and it can
Yeah.
help you travel through time. Our next guests, we've gone through one podcast we're both involved in, and then a podcast I co-host that is not We Got This, which is Good Morning Night Vale. Our next guests are the co-hosts of the other non-Mark Gagliardi podcast that I host, Tights and Fights. My friends Danielle Radford and Lindsay Kelp, both of who have been on the show. This is something that's cool. If you're watching this and you're not familiar with We Got This, is that everybody who is here has been a guest on a previous episode. So you can go back and listen to their individual episodes, but they are here with us now. Please welcome Lindsay Kelk and Danielle Radford. Oh,
Hi.
Danielle.
They came in reverse order.
I knew it.
Lindsay Kelk and then Danielle Waves. Yeah.
I only like to be the most difficult when I can be. And here's the thing: Hal says that we've been on the show before. I've never listened to the show. We Got This with Hal Loveland. I have been on the show. We Got This with Mark Gagliardi, but We Got This with Hal Loveland. I don't know what that is.
It's you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. Guys, forget the questions. Let's just talk. Oh my God, what is it like for you guys working with Hal?
I mean,
Papa Hal is a dream.
I mean,
It's Hal. Can you? Yeah,
Is he gone? Is he gone?
I like
it must
Papa
sell.
Hal.
It must sell. I thought you might do like a stage walk under the desk.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me take this elevator.
You pop downstairs.
As low as it goes. The elevator's broken. Sorry.
The elevator only moves your head.
Yeah. I'm on that head elevator. There it is. This will be good if we ever release it as audio. We have a fun one that I think applies to at least three of us. I don't think it applies to Mark. This is from Kay Bliss, who asks, glasses or contacts? Now, Danielle, I feel like glasses are part of your brand. Do you think you're...
I don't know when that happened, but you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know when
And
that
you have
happened, but you're
very
right.
cool glasses.
Thank you. There are places where you can get glasses that, very cheaply, that are not made well, but they are made differently from the other ones that you have. So you can match them to your outfit. So yeah, here's the thing. I think I'm gonna go counter in that, contacts are better, cause I have now made myself useless. There is nothing.
That's true. Like when you say that, I think of Velma. Like Velma is a huge part of the Scooby-Doo team until the second she loses her glasses. Then she is out of
The
commission.
smartest one in the room.
Yeah.
And then a ghost bumps into her from the back and she is done for like.
It literally is the difference between you being the head pick in everyone's zombie apocalypse team to being the person who gets thrown at the zombies. It's literally like, oh, we need you. You're the only person who's going to keep us alive. And then 2 minutes later, you break your glasses and they're like, well, the thing is, someone's got to stay behind. And that's it.
We're not going to carry you and your glasses. So
exactly.
If they
for
pick
as long
you
as
first,
you want now, if you have your contacts in.
if you're the first one that they picked, then they know. You're like, hang on a second. I'm the one with glasses. Did you guys pick me first because I'm the slow gazelle? And like, well, we didn't want to say it, but yeah.
Basically.
Lindsay wears contacts. You are wearing
I'm
contacts.
wearing them.
I've seen
I'm
you in glasses.
extremely short-sighted. And I have very strong feelings about this topic. Like, oh, once again, we get to have a conversation that we should be having with my therapist who is currently off work. Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Thank you. I've been wearing glasses since I was very young and I'm like -9 on the short-sighted scale, which is like super, super short-sighted. And I grew up like in a glasses-wearing family, and there was a lot of, men never make passes at girls who wear glasses, which is definitely what you want to hear from your dad. That's what you want to hear from your dad.
Jeez. But that's why I started smoking, because alternatively, girls who smoke poke. So if you can combine those two things.
And then you don't need to worry about men making passes at you, because you're making the passes. It's great. So yeah, I was brought up in like even though we all wore glasses and we were all very short-sighted, it was like, it's a shame though, isn't it? So as soon as I got contact lenses, I felt like a phoenix. I was like, behold its face. And I just really felt like I was in a whole different world. It's very exciting. Contacts are a freedom. They're a freedom.
Yeah, and well, glasses also, it's very easy to get them wrong because they are a statement. Like Danielle, you wear like cool glasses that give you a cool look.
Because I'm very cool.
Yeah, because you're very cool. But if you put a weird set, you can get like a weird set of glasses because you don't know, or like when you're young, your mother picks them out for you, and there's no fashion there, or whatever they think is cool. I had Garfield glasses when I was 12.
I had Garfield glasses. They had a tiny Garfield.
They did.
And then when they arrived at the opticians, they had taken the tiny Garfield sticker off, and I was devastated. I'm like, I'm 11, and I would like to speak to someone. Like, advertising. I'm 11 years old. I'm furious.
Was that the first time you went full Donnie?
That was the first time. The Taxi Bites listeners joining us. I am from a town in Doncaster, called Doncaster in South Yorkshire in England, that has 2 prisons, and I will go full Donnie, and that may have been the origins of full Donnie. Took my Garfield sticker off my glasses.
I want to know why they would take that sticker off, because like, if you know, you're selling glasses to an 11-year-old, and you're like, which features of these glasses is this client pretty excited about?
Is it the tiny metal frames, or is it the fact that they're as thick as Coke bottle bottoms, or
it's Garfield.
It's Garfield. It's a huge
as a person who has never worn glasses or contacts, this is fascinating to me because the opposite always seemed true for me. Like, contacts seem like a terrifying nightmare pain. The idea of touching your own eyeball freaks me out.
That makes you a badass.
Yeah, I'm not a badass. 0% badass.
Yeah.
And also, these are always filthy. They are never not filthy. There's nothing you can do to make these not disgusting.
You gotta have the little cloth. You gotta do the...
Yeah.
I just always thought glasses looked cool.
That's because you didn't have to wear them. That's
I did. I'm the jerk that had...
Yeah.
I'm the jerk that
I
had...
do feel like Warby Parker has done like a lot of work for glasses. Like...
Yeah.
Someone came out here and was like, hey, I know how we could get people to spend more money. Let's make glasses cool. I'm like, where were you when I was 14? Where were you?
Yeah. And then Zooey Deschanel was birthed in whatever like beautiful cloning birthing pit they put her in. You just take you take some Smiths, you take some Shins, you take some glasses, you take the Garfield glasses, and you put them all into a pit along with the wig that I'm wearing, and out bursts forth a Zooey Deschanel that makes glasses immediately cool.
Now I'm looking. I'm like, that's a great wig.
Thank you. It's been Quarkcore, man. I've just been spending money on wigs. What else am I doing?
That's it. I ordered 3 Scrub Daddies on Amazon today. I understand. There's something you spend money on. Well, it's a 3-pack because they just get chewed up.
Yeah,
is Scrub Daddy a wig?
We haven't even.
Scrub Daddy could be a wig.
Yeah.
Like, if there was a wig called the Scrub Daddy, like, I don't know what it looks like, but I want to see you in it, Hal.
I mean, to be fair, I am still stuck on that time when Hal said 15 minutes ago that he was licking the jimmies off something, and I don't think I've moved on since.
I googled the jimmies. I'm from England, and I have no idea. Yeah,
they're sprinkles, same thing. So. Yeah, look.
Nope, says you're
very
okay.
good. I put them on ice cream all the time, and I have a container this big of them that I bought because I was afraid I was going to run out, and I'll just put them in a spoon and eat them. I don't care. I haven't, but I could.
They don't taste like anything.
So bad. They taste like sugar.
They're just too out of your mind.
Which is the best thing. So I mean,
I feel like
is it because you can't put them on your zucchini side for your breakfast?
I probably could. They don't taste like anything.
Yeah.
I would just be a little, as they say on Chopped, a texture element.
I was gonna say, yeah. That's we should chop that.
Oh man!
Don't put it in the ice cream maker.
It tastes great.
Well, I feel like then we're like consensus is it's contact lenses.
I think it's contact lenses. I think it's contact lenses. I appreciate the aesthetics of glasses, but you can't run in glasses. It's really hard. Zombies, quarantine, Republicans. It's really difficult.
Get into like this difficult thing with lights where I have to like position my glasses weirdly so that like they're not constantly catching the light. Yeah.
Yes.
Tricky.
Every director I've ever worked with is like, you got the nerve to be dark skinned and have something where when we try to light you correctly, it shows up right here. Okay, nerd. All right, we got you. Piece of shit.
Yeah, if you're good at it, you will figure this out. It won't be hard.
Yeah.
I'm the worst.
Oh my God. Well, that one is asked and answered. We have time for our second topic. And our second rapid fire topic is from Leslie Harkins. This is a fun one. Escalators or elevators?
As someone who spent 4 hours once trapped in an elevator, I'm gonna have to go escalator.
Yeah.
See, but with the elevator / lift, you have the greatest meet cute opportunity of all. I'm a rom-com gal, and you've gotta have the elevator. I do keep wanting to say lift. I'm sorry, but
you can say lift. It's fine. You're English.
Live your truth, Donnie. Live your truth.
Don't make me go full Donnie. Don't make me do it. You have to have the lift for the meet cute, and like if you didn't have a lift, you wouldn't have the beginning of the movie Speed, so that would be a problem.
Yeah, a ton of sitcom births.
Right? Exactly.
A ton of sitcom births, yes.
Mostly out
Bottle
of the fact
episodes.
that I was terrified of elevators as a child. Of escalators,
really?
Sorry. Terrified
That's
of escalators.
fair. They feel like they're going to eat you at the bottom. Yeah.
You can't see the top of it. It's really
you
scary
could
to
have
jump on.
You could have a meet cute on an escalator. It would just have to happen quickly, like in that.
It's not the same. It's not the same as an elevator. It's not the same as, they just have to share one bed. This might be something me and Lindsay talk about a lot. But it's not necessarily just one bed for a night. What are we going to do? Escalators, not sexy. They're not sexy.
No escalators. You just you've got your butt in someone's face. And if you're on the escalators on the tube or the subway in like a big city, it's like, are you going to move to the side? Are you going to go up the escalator? Did you get shoved into one? Are you a salmon going upstream and you don't have the puff? I don't have the energy to get all the way up the escalators if I'm going to be forced to walk up them. I'm going to pass out halfway up and it's going to be embarrassing for everyone. And I'm British and that's worse than death. So I literally have to just hurl myself down the middle and hope I make it to the bottom in one piece because I can absolutely not embarrass myself. So
whereas if you were in an elevator, it might end up like the classic Color Me Bad video where you're making love until you drown at the end.
Exactly, and you can live in an elevator. You're going to
love in an elevator.
You can love in an elevator.
Yeah.
You can live.
The song
in an
is
elevator.
not "Love on an Escalator."
No, because that would be
living it up as you get
difficult.
No, yeah. How do you bone on an escalator?
It would be so. You would have to be so prompt and time it, so it would be far too difficult. It would be
Lindsay Kelk has changed my mind. I had a whole litany of things.
I'm so sorry.
No, open air. I had a whole lot of reasons the escalator was going to be my
same.
dude. And then Lindsay Kelk, you reached into the horny part of me.
I got you by the meet cute. That's the thing. I took you out by the meet cute. No one can
right
argue
by the heart.
meet cute.
I think that's and that comes up a lot on this show where like there are practical considerations, but then there are also just sort of the romantic, and I don't mean that just in the meet cute like rom-com way, but in the like romantic notion of life. And that came into play with window versus aisle on an airplane. The aisle seat is more practical, but the window, you can look out and see the world below you as it's passing by. An escalator is like, you're not going to get stuck on an escalator for 4 hours.
Eventually you can
just walk up and down.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, yes. Assuming we're not being ableist, and you can walk up and down, which is another thing. Sure. Another thing for an elevator is that like everyone can get on an elevator. Oh God, I know it makes it sound like I'm not in control of anything, you guys. I swear, I live my life. Hal and Lindsay know this. I live my life by a series of alarms because my brain is broken.
That's kind of a brilliant idea.
Yeah. I think it is elevators.
Yeah.
It's elevators.
I think it's elevators.
I think it's got to be.
You can have a meet cute in an elevator.
Yeah.
Who gets to
that's
think
an
about
answer.
pushing the button? You're the little kid that gets to push the button.
And then you can push them all and get off, and then it's somebody else's problem. It can be a weapon
and then you can
or a
push it
vessel
all
of
and get
love.
off. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Hey.
Yeah, but the door's going to open every floor if you do that.
Yeah, it is.
Some people like that.
That doesn't mean anything. You can say something in that voice and it means nothing. That's horny.
Those doors are just going to keep on opening.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's going to be great. But then you get righteous anger as well. And who doesn't enjoy righteous anger? So I don't see any negative. I think it's all good.
Yeah.
Look,
Thank
I
you
am
for joining us.
I'm on board. The asked and answered. Yeah.
Asked and answered. It's Elevator.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank
By the way,
you.
to chat with you.
Everyone
if you
who's
like debates,
donating. Yay.
Danielle works on a show called The Great Debate, which is now on Sci-Fi that you can watch as not only a writer. Can I say it?
No, you can say it. Yeah.
That you deviate. The voice of deviate.
I'm a robot.
This is the new debate show with Baron Vaughn, right?
Yeah.
Very
so
cool.
I was one of the content producers. So I did I would produce, meaning helping writing scripts and working on content. And I am also the voice behind Baron's robot sidekick Deviate.
There you go.
That is amazing.
Check it
so
out.
watch the show, and thank you both for coming on. This is very cool.
Thank you.
And Lindsay just had books come out. Buy her books.
Yes. Buy your books.
She's gone. Buy her books.
Buy her books.
What? I feel bad now we haven't given people the proper pitch opportunities.
I know.
At the end of the thing. Now I'm a jerk.
Which felt appropriate because it's talking about debates, but
speaking of pitches, I'd like to say something right now. This is for those of you who have bought tickets for the show. This is where your money is going. And thank you very much for giving. This is, the money is all going to the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund, the NAACP LDF. I am not going to try to put into my own words what the great work that they are doing is. I will simply read their mission statement to you. The NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund is America's premier legal organization fighting for racial justice. Through litigation, advocacy, and public education, LDF seeks structural changes to expand democracy, eliminate disparities, and achieve racial justice in a society that fulfills the promise of equality for all Americans. LDF also defends the gains and protections won over the past 75 years of civil rights struggle and works to improve the quality and diversity of judicial and executive appointments. So that is where your money is going tonight. And we actually had a good long talk, Hal and I and Ken, about where we thought that the best place that we could help was. And this felt like a great one. So thank you for giving money to a very good cause. And having a little fun, with our friends talking about significantly less important things.
Yeah. We only have 4 guests remaining.
We do.
It's crazy.
Oh, and we got a sweetheart coming up.
Oh my goodness. She's such a great guest on the show, as everybody is. But, I don't even want to talk about why. I just want to bring her on right now. She's such a pleasure to
these
talk to.
topics are,
I still have things
potentially
in my
make her
house.
angry.
I still have things in my house that are from that gift basket that we got to go through for one of our holiday episodes.
Is it all those tasty cakes behind you?
No, those are sent to me by Tasty Cake. And I sadly.
Did they pay you to put those back there?
No, in these, which I got so long ago that they're not good anymore and I have to throw them out. It's terrible.
Oh,
I don't want to talk about it. I do.
You know what we should talk about then?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Tell me. I want to welcome Paget Brewster, our friend.
Paget, are you there?
Fruit juice player. On her way in right now. I see her appearing. It's happening. I'm so sad. These are the really
I'm
good
here!
opportunities.
You're here.
Oh, that was so scary. I haven't done this one before. Oh, a thing shows up and I got to hit it real fast. Oh, God.
Your timing was perfect.
Yeah.
Also, if you weren't talking about me when you said our next guest is a sweetheart, I was going to be so pissed off. I'm so ready to be angry. Okay, let me adjust my. Oh, look at that bathroom towel. Talk amongst yourselves.
You look great. Is there a bathroom towel back there?
Oh my God! By the way, this is why Paget is MVP.
That's awful. But I'm wearing my fancy tracksuit.
It's a great tracksuit. You got the good earrings, the fancy glass. We were just talking about glasses. You have the great glasses.
I had to re-pierce this ear. I haven't worn earrings in 3 months.
Wait, during quarantine, you pierced it yourself?
No, I mean put the earring on today. I had to
push it
poke through. Well, it's okay. There are worse things in the world.
That's very fair.
True. That is granted, but all right.
I'm so scared. You're going to ask me a question. I'm so scared.
We have
Gag
two.
already said I might be angry about it. Oh, God.
No, not angry about it. Just because this question made me laugh.
Okay.
And I think you are a perfect person to talk about this because, as the world knows, you are our most fashionable friend.
Oh, tracksuit.
I'm going to say we can broaden this question out to include other.
Wait, hold on, Mark. Don't try to spend. I just want to see the reaction.
All right.
I want to see what her reaction is to this because who knows?
From Adam Liebrick Johnson. Thank you, Adam.
Yeah.
Shoelaces or Velcro? I told you that would be her reaction. That's why I'm going to broaden it out to best shoe fastener.
No, wait, no, don't wait.
No.
Why did you react that way? What happened?
I don't know. You know, Hal, you're right. The answer is, unless you're on a boat, neither.
Neither?
Shoelaces if you're jogging.
Oh.
Okay. All of my shoes have shoelaces. Am I doing something wrong?
No, I'm just saying for a lady, I don't have any Velcro, but I don't judge it. If you like Velcro, do Velcro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there are young ladies in Europe who can pull off Velcro. No, laces only if they're like sexy kids.
Okay.
There are sexy kids?
Yeah, kids are sexy.
Kids are sexy.
No idea. Are
I've
they?
been watching too much Sex in the City. I'm talking like Samantha. Kids are sexy. I don't even know if I believe that.
Have you been watching a lot of Sex in the City during
Yes.
during quarantine?
Yes, because, oh God, I'm turning beet red. I am enjoying watching shows that existed before social media. Like a crazy, I like cooking shows. No one's on their phone. I like, Sex in the City. And, I'm watching shows that are removed from this time because this has been a difficult time and all worthy, all valuable, but it's a little upsetting and anxiety producing. So I'm watching Sex in the City and now I just walk around like Samantha. You're fabulous.
Kids are sexy.
Kids are sexy.
Well, let's broaden it out then. Let's broaden
Okay.
it out to shoe fasteners in general. That will include straps, buckles, buttons, no fastener at all.
What? Here's the thing. Buttons and buckles are sexy.
Do you think a shoe, like a boot, should look like Jack Sparrow's outfit where there are buckles and
No.
zippers and buttons and...
No, and I buy a lot of boots on Amazon and I cut off all the extraneous straps and buckles. Like I'm trying to be clean, classic, simple, right?
Okay.
It's Gordon Ramsay's method for cooking. Clean, classic, simple. And I try to do that with footwear, but for a lady, and I don't know when I'm next going to wear, I wish I was wearing heels right now. I don't wear shoes anymore. I'm wearing actually Hal's socks.
Oh, you are Balegas? Balegas?
I wear those to sock sweep. I sock mop the kitchen. I walk
Wait, hold
around
on.
with
You
Windex.
sock mop like wet?
Sock mop. You walk around with Windex and your socks and you spray, squish, spray, squish all the way through the house. A sock mop.
Do you use socks the size of your feet or do you have like larger socks?
Oh, floppy.
No, I use the crew socks.
Uh-huh.
They go just above the ankle.
Mm-hmm.
And I spray and I walk. I scoot and you clean up. I mean, I have a Swiffer. I'm not an animal.
No, but that's kind of a great technique. Did you figure this out during quarantine?
Yeah. It's so sexy.
It's so sexy.
It's so sexy.
My
My
sock mopping.
feet get a workout. I'm bending over and spraying.
And if there's
so
a
I
spot that's
wondered.
particularly difficult, it looks like a dance move.
Yeah.
You're just like
I-
full on
I
doing
do
the
the shuffle.
Elvis. Yeah. Hal, I'm sorry to mean to interrupt. You were going to say.
No, I was going to do a Carrie Bradshaw typing.
Do
That's
it.
when I wondered, are socks mopping us or are we mopping
Yeah.
the floors?
And I had to wonder, at what point do we all mop the floors? I'm so deep in it. I'm so deep in it.
Are you doing it chronologically?
Yes. I started watching season 1 and 2 without my husband. And then my husband, because he's working, he's scoring a movie and I'm in the kitchen or sock mopping or vacuuming or doing, and I love cleaning. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm, the quarantine is difficult, but I have found my way. Like all of the questions you had, I've been growing zucchini, so I'm going to make a hash. Janet was right. I get up at 5:30 every morning. I've had to find a routine during quarantine, but when my husband saw me, Steve, when Steve saw me watching Sex and the City, he was like, "Oh my God, this is awful." And I said, "Well, you're wrong. It's fabulous." And he said, "Okay, I'll watch it with you." And now, I don't want to make him mad. He's like, "Don't you watch that without me." So we watched it from season 3 all the way to the end. And now we're on season 2. And I think he's lying. I think we're still watching it even after where he started watching it with me. And it's the sweetest lie a husband can give you, that he's willing to watch it all the way through again.
That's very sweet.
Except now he makes the worst puns and he does the best. Where's Brady? He does Miranda's husband perfectly. So now he's walking around imitating Big and Aiden. Have you guys ever watched Sex and the City?
Yes. I caught an episode once. I'm not the audience for it. I realized in that moment.
You're not.
I watched it first run, most of it.
You did?
Yeah.
By yourself or with your wife?
By myself. I was not dating actively. I was like, this is good.
You were studying.
Just with a bowl of Jimmys.
Is this what it's like? Is this what it's like to have an active social life as an adult?
Watch it again now because it's such a palate cleanser it's terrible. And I love how much Paul F. Tompkins, Steve and I both watch it all night knowing the worst pun or wordplay that Paul would lose his mind over. Because Paul, I love it so much. The best line that Paul hates the most is, if you're tired, you don't move to Napa, you take a Napa. She's very presentational.
Oh.
Sarah Jessica Parker as Carrie is very presentational.
Yeah.
You don't move. So my husband and I have found like this date night thing where we watch Sex and the City. What was the original?
Very sweet. Velcro or shoelaces?
Oh, I don't know, but I have to wonder.
I think it has to be shoelaces.
I think laces.
Yeah.
For me, but I support all footwear.
Sure.
I support everyone doing whatever they want.
Right.
Yeah. As a
But
sock
for me,
mopper.
it's laces.
Yeah. You are pro all footwear.
Sock mopper. But are you guys wearing shoes every day?
No,
are either of you wearing shoes?
When I
not
go to
currently.
Mail,
Yeah.
when I do that, if I go to pick
So
up,
what do you choose
downstairs? I have sneakers, but I slip them on. I like lacing them up. I mean, I have not worn Velcro, and I know there are some nurses will wear Velcro, like stuff that's easy to sort of take on, take off.
Yes.
But I haven't worn Velcro shoes since I was very, very young.
Mark?
So I'm a laces guy.
The last time I had Velcro shoes was the blue 2-strap across the front that I had in elementary school. Was the last. Oh no, that's not true. I had some Tevas in high school, and those were
sandals,
Velcro based sandals.
Yeah, but
sandals are footwear as well. I think it's like gender aside, or which section of the store you're in aside, just shoes in general. It's got to be laces.
It's more elegant.
I'm changing my mind because I'm going with the nurses.
Oh, there you go.
Interesting.
I'm supporting Velcro for the nurses.
This episode has taken a turn.
It's a stunning reversal.
You know what? Honestly, I was not thinking outside of the elementary school blue suede to Velcro straps across the top. I was not thinking about nurses. My mother is a nurse.
Whoa.
So I'm happy for a surprise upset with the nurses in the battle shoelaces versus Velcro.
I'm going with Velcro.
The nurses come in with Paget leading the way, and Velcro wins.
Nurses.
Yeah. That is impressive.
Wow.
Well
done.
All right, we have time. We have one more question for you, Paget.
Okay,
We'll have to do it very quickly. So this will be knee-jerk reaction. Flowers or candy? Go.
Flowers.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. And now
Flowers.
I hit cancel, right? And then
No, I don't.
I hit leave. What do I do? I'm trying to be sad.
It is flowers. No, that is. I think
I was going to say flowers as well.
Yeah.
What's your favorite flower? What do you prefer?
What do you like to
home?
receive?
You know what?
Or buy. I buy them for myself.
I would go with wildflowers like a real jerk.
Oh,
I would say if you come up to the house and you've clipped cuttings on your way and you wildflowers.
Until you look in your front yard.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
gone.
my wildflowers?
Yeah, and they're all gone. I'm a Casablanca's guy because they last for like 3 weeks.
Casablanca.
And they smell great.
The problem with Casablanca lilies is they smell beautiful, and they last a long time, but they are reminiscent of funereal flowers.
Oh, I live above a funeral home now, so
you live in it.
So,
what do you like?
Well, Jennifer loves sunflowers, so I would always make a sunflower. I would get stuff that coordinated with a sunflower when I would go to build a bouquet. It's hard for me to go into flower store because I have a pollen allergy. So I walk in and I'm immediately like, I feel like I have a little bit of a headache. But yeah, I like sunflowers. I think they're really nice. They're like big giant.
What if Hal? What if someone you knew had access to sunflowers that they could plant in your yard? What would you tell that person? I'll privately send you my address.
Do I need to come by like when I picked up stuff from you before?
Nope, I would take it to you.
Oh my goodness!
Look at that.
I'm listening. We can talk off thread.
Let's talk off thread.
Paget, we love you. Thank you.
I love you.
This has been a real
Paget.
treat.
I'm saluting.
So sexy.
Oh,
she's a delight.
And I wondered, are we saluting? All right. So, this is another one of our favorite guests. Everybody here is our favorite guest. They are
multiple guests. This is a multiple episode guest.
Yes.
They've been here we talked about mountains versus oceans.
Yes.
What else did we?
I don't even remember what the other one was. But all I remember was it was so good that afterwards we were like, that was great.
Yeah.
And we got to stop talking about them. And now we have them here with us. They are Laser, Melina Weber, one half of the Double Clicks. And they could be here.
We hope.
Second. We don't know.
We'll just talk about how great the Double Clicks are until Laser gets here.
Double Clicks are great.
The smartest band you know.
The smartest band you know.
Hi, am I here?
Oh, hey.
You're here.
Yes, you're here.
What's up, Laser?
Welcome.
Hi. Oh my goodness.
Look at this
you.
music making extravaganza that is behind you.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Part of it's a mirror to make it look like I have twice as many instruments. Yeah.
I was wondering why you had 2 of everything.
Yeah. It's, I'm just kind of a big deal. A lot of instruments.
Have you ever done that? Put the mirror here thing and then be like, hey, check it out. Now I don't have a head. Now I have 2 heads, where they do the mirror video thing. You know what I'm talking about. You guys are both looking at me like I'm a lunatic. Nobody's ever played with Photo Booth?
Yeah, no, I'm doing it right now.
Oh.
This is cool. I'm going to go.
Yeah,
I'll see you guys later.
What's it like to have a symmetrical face, Mark?
Yeah, is that fun? I see people doing that on the TikTok. I'm on the TikTok.
Oh my God.
And they do that challenge where you see how symmetrical your face is, usually one of those. It never ends well. It will only make you feel bad because even if you're relatively symmetrical, you're going to find something wrong.
Do you know whose face is perfectly symmetrical according to, for some reason I remember this from like 20 years ago. It was in an article of Entertainment Weekly.
Iron Man. Okay.
It was an article in Entertainment Weekly and it was, hey, you guys want to know why Denzel's so handsome? And they put up a picture with like just a graph and they were like, look how perfectly symmetrical Denzel Washington's face is.
Good for him.
There you go. I do not have that kind of symmetry.
Me neither.
Well,
no.
That's why you're not
Denzel.
had that article about you in Entertainment Weekly.
Is it after Cheers and Jeers? Or no, that was TV Guide. TV Guide had Cheers and Jeers.
What was Cheers? Oh, it was just like a thumbs up, thumbs down page.
Yeah, cheers to the Jay Leno on the Tonight Show for a funny joke. Jeers to say it elsewhere because we didn't like this week's episode.
And then there's Swimmer in uniform.
Who
That's
got jeered
Guidepost
this week?
Weezer's Digest.
Yes.
I don't know.
It was just,
all right.
It's a dirt sheet.
Let's jump in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Laser, this is
Yes.
from EJ Salazar. What's up, EJ?
Hello.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
If you go to IKEA,
Yes. Here already.
should you eat there as well?
Oh, yeah.
I'm so with
What?
you on this.
Wait, what?
What? Of course.
Do you not eat at the IKEA?
I have eaten at IKEA, but usually when I'm there, I'm thinking
Your family. Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm there,
You might be thinking of a different place.
soup, salad, and breadsticks.
Yeah.
Burbank. We're talking
IKEA
about
is known for their hospitaliano.
The Burbank IKEA. I've eaten there, but I generally, they used to, maybe they still do. It's like by the checkout. So you've done all your shopping and then there's food. Now it's somewhere else.
It's on the second
Well,
floor.
there's two. There's two.
Okay.
There is
wait,
there are two. So there's the like Costco type, checkout place where you can get $1 soft serve cone and $1 pizza. And that's like, okay, we've just checked out and our child is crying because we messed up and we didn't eat upstairs right when we arrived at IKEA.
At a proper restaurant where everything is $3.
It's so good. It's a little bit like Disneyland. It's a little bit like one of the go through. What's the restaurant on the plaza? You know what I'm talking about, Gags?
The plaza
I don't
where?
Like right when you go in and it's just like a cafeteria. They have them other places than
Carnation
Disneyland.
Cafe?
I just really miss Disneyland.
Oh, at Carnation. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
me
sure.
too. Plaza Inn. All those.
So it's just a cafeteria, but they have great food and it's super inexpensive. And if you're not eating at IKEA, then you're fighting with your family. Like you need to fuel up. That place is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
You know what? It does seem a little bit like a trip to Disneyland because you get to IKEA, you have a map that shows you where everything is, and you can grab a quick bite, cup of coffee, one of their IKEA branded colas, and sit down and look at the map and go, okay, let's plan our experience. Now you're not riding Space Mountain, you're picking a mattress, but.
Right. And no matter what, you're going to spend way more money than you expected when you went there. Like you're going in thinking that you're just going to, go to the Star Wars land or get a couch, but you're actually going to end up buying a bunch of candles and whatever. Yeah. And a churro and a seasonal witch popcorn container or whatever. I think we've gone to IKEA maybe once and not eaten. And that was like a huge lesson for my marriage and my life because you're going to spend so much more time there than you expect. And you're going to get so tired. And also the food is great. I'm Swedish. So it's like, yeah, absolutely.
So do you ever shop in the Swedish grocery store that they have at the exit? Because in addition to the upstairs where you can get the Swedish meatball plate, which is delicious. The breakfast there is very good, by the way. Though every time
How long are you there? Do you just show up
I've been at different times.
With a napkin around your neck, like at a fork and leg going, all right, I'm ready.
Look, man, if you've got a family, and I mean, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the reason that it seems as popular as it is.
If you me and Gags have several children that you like to bring to IKEA with you.
But think about it. There is a line out the door at opening time for people that are going in that are going to get their shopping done. But also you've got a family that you can feed for not a ton of money.
It's like $3.99 for breakfast or something.
It is crazy. Though I do keep thinking about Joseph Fink once saying, I don't buy any meat that can be sold for $1 at a profit.
That's fair.
I'm like, that kind of is exactly what IKEA is. But so they have that upstairs, good breakfast. They have sandwiches and whatnot. And then the downstairs has
Swedish, what's it called? Princess cake?
Are
you big off people?
Princess cake.
Are you big off?
I'm familiar with. I mean, I like it. I have to watch more of it. I feel like I've rewatched the first season like 4 times.
Okay. Yeah. Well, they've done a princess cake. I think it was a technical challenge, but it was Princess Tort. Thank you for the chat.
Thank you, Travis.
So it's like a white cake with like a jam in the middle, and then it's got like a green like marshmallow thing on top. They've made it on Bake Off, but you can also.
I
buy
saw that.
them.
I did see that on Bake Off. Yeah.
You can buy them at IKEA, and you can get them at the restaurant or just like frozen. They're so good. They're just made like a sugar bomb. But it's just like, this feels fancy. And I saw it on Bake Up. They have so much good food there.
Yeah. But you can get it frozen in that downstairs grocery section.
In the downstairs section.
Which is a cool thing. Like, I love going through and seeing what kind of crazy stuff that, like, delicious things like the Swedish meatballs and this cake. They also have crazy stuff like it's a toothpaste tube, but inside is essentially easy cheese, but fish version.
Yeah.
You just kind of squirt this, fish paste onto a cracker. Any food that's squirt based, I guess.
Just take that fish paste and just put it right on a cracker and eat that. That's real good, right?
Yeah. So all of this, my family has been, so we've done a Swedish smorgasbord on my dad's side for traditional Swedish Christmas my whole life. And we used to make the Brunner meatballs, but for the last probably 10 years.
I'm sorry, what are they called?
The Brunner.
Yeah. Are you the Swedish chef? Bork, bork, bork.
Yeah, I am. That's how Swedish works. But for the last maybe 10, 15 years, we just buy a bag of them at IKEA. It's just so much easier. And you get the cheese and the bread and it's right there and it's cheap, and why not? You can make the gravy at home or whatever, and the limpet bread. But yeah, it's great. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And it's authentic enough, whatever.
I wasn't sure. I thought one person would say yes to this, but I'm pleased to have gotten this education in all the food available at IKEA.
There is one food item available at IKEA that we have not mentioned yet.
Is it a secret menu item?
That is,
it's animal style.
It's animal style. Yeah. You get your Billy Bookcase animal style.
It's delivered in one of those giant blue bags with the yellow straps, and it's just ice cream. And you put it on like a feed bag, and that's the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and it is when I lived near an IKEA in New York, and I would go to get whatever for the apartment, and I'd be like, I'm not going to do it this time. I'm not going to do it this time. And then inevitably every time I was like, yep, give me that cinnamon roll on the way out.
Oh, absolutely.
The cinnamon rolls at IKEA are, and it is weird to say this because no other food item is the best possible version of a food item, but I think the cinnamon rolls at IKEA are the best cinnamon rolls that I've ever had.
They're very good.
Yeah.
But I think anything you eat on the way out of IKEA knowing that you're escaping, probably going to be pretty delicious.
At least you made it out. It's your treat it's like the cheese at the end of a lab rat's maze. You got it. You get to leave. Cause I think IKEA is enjoyable for like 10 minutes and then it's too much. And then you get to the section like, all right, I came here to get a futon. But the futon is near the area where they custom design your bedroom and your bathroom and your kitchen with the nice stuff that is not prepackaged that you can pronounce the name if you are not familiar with Swedish at all. So like that, once I see that, I'm like, I didn't expect to come to IKEA and feel bad about myself. When am I going to talk to one of the people and use a golf pencil to design the kitchen of my dreams? When's that time for me?
One thing I love about IKEA is when I walk around that section that you're talking about, the showroom where they have the little thing set up, I love it because it's like a festival of sitcom sets. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you're looking, it's like there's a fourth wall. You're looking at what they want you to see of this. Like they even have like out a window, they'll have the backdrop of a city and you're like, suddenly I feel like I'm in my 54th floor and now I'm in my country home. Like I love the theatricality of an IKEA, which I definitely think you should eat at.
Absolutely. You should eat at that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
100%.
Asked and answered.
Asked and answered.
Yeah.
Do you have a rapid fire?
We have a rapid fire one. We have a rapid one for you. Laser.
Yes.
Sunrise or sunset?
Ooh.
I like the delight. You love them both.
Sunrise, I think.
Yeah.
I'm with. Look, we talked about getting up early just a little while ago.
Yeah, no, I saw that happen, and I don't get up early very often. I'm not good at it, but when I do, I'm like, it's like a special treat. Like I'm such a good boy. I'm such a good boy. And
it's
I
so
think
good.
I think sunrise, just because it's so rare and it only happens like twice a year. And you rarely see. I say I have a hard time with this question because you can't look at it. I don't know why. Like it's weird to. I have like very sensitive eyes. This is something my husband and I share. And so now I'm thinking, I guess I just imagining the sunrise from The Lion King, like you have to watch the actual sunrise, which you don't. It's just about the colors.
And all stuff. Of the giraffes bow.
Yeah, right? Is that what a sunrise looks like every time?
Mm-hmm. We don't know. They only happen twice a year.
They only happen twice a year.
Yeah, I missed it. I missed the spring one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. I love a sunrise for that very reason. Like it's a special thing when you get to see one.
Yeah, and it's sort of an event, like you climb. When I was a kid, I got to go to Israel on a teen tour, humble brag, and we climbed up Masada, which is this mountain, and the whole point is you climb up at like 4 a.m, so by the time you get to the top, you watch the sunrise, and that's a special event. If you go to Maui, you go to Haleakala, and you watch the sunrise there, and then you ride a bike down, or hopefully a helicopter takes you away. I don't know. I didn't do it. We had to wake up too early, but there is something to that. Like a sunset is nice, but we catch sunsets all the time. A sunrise feels like a dedicated appointment that you make. And I think for that reason, it adds to how special it is.
Yeah. Well, it's just kind of like what you were just saying with, I don't know who, two people. I don't remember who it was. I've been watching this for a while. You've had a lot of guests, but like, there's a difference between the like accessibility and the romance of things. Like, like more people will see the sun set. And so that's like it's like awesome and we can all do it. But then, y'all don't have, okay.
I love that Travis, by the way, is now just chatting via the Zoom
shoot.
Chat.
He's like raring.
He's in the hopper.
Energy's building.
Travis is forced to see the sunrise every day. Said, y'all don't have kids. That is fair.
Yeah. Correct. We don't have kids, Travis.
Yeah. But if I did, I would take him to IKEA for breakfast. It's very economical.
We know exactly what it would be like. It'd be bringing them to IKEA for breakfast, and then that's
right after sunrise.
Doesn't sound like a lot of work.
No, super easy. We'll ask him in a minute.
There you go.
Yeah. I think and then it's more special because again, most people in the world don't have to wake up that early. And we never will. And anybody who does is in a very unique situation.
They're the newscaster.
Yeah.
The newscaster, right?
So
I love the colors
sunrise.
though.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
It's a sunrise.
We like the colors of both, but we're going with the sunrise. Asked and answered.
Laser, thank you so much. It is a delight to see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So good to see your faces.
Is there anything? I drive by your
apartment sometimes, Mark, and I go, bye.
Oh, that was them saying bye and bye.
They're gone. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. All right. He's been talking to us on the chat.
He's already been on.
He's already on the show. You know him.
Guest.
You know him. He's been on the show many times from My Brother and Me. And from Adventure Zone and from being the king of all podcasters, our dear friend and yours, Travis McElroy.
Travis McElroy. Hello, Mr. Travis.
He's going to come in hot. I know it.
I looked that he put a Mr. in front of his name, which is a sign of respect.
Hello. The goods are here. It's me. That's the thing I'm trying out when I enter a room. What do you think? The goods are here.
I like it.
Right.
I think
I was getting physically agitated listening to you all like, who sees the sunrise? I do. I have a 3.5-year-old and like a 5-month-old. Like, it's not an option. Like,
when's the last time you watched the sunset? Because you're probably asleep early, or you stay up.
No, I don't get to go outside. What are you talking about? I bought a bird feeder and bird food so I would have an excuse to just stand outside by myself for 30 seconds. I just need a quiet moment alone. It's hard out here. No, it's great.
And do you fill up the bird feeder and then watch it from being back inside? You're like, nope, I'm staying outside. I got this bird feeder. I'm going to watch them from right here.
I'm Brenda Fricker in Home Alone 2, letting the pigeons. And I'd like to thank Griffin McElroy. Without him in my life, I would not know the name of the actor who plays the bird lady in Home Alone.
What is her name?
Brenda Fricker.
Brenda Fricker.
I heard Griffin say it enough that it stuck with me.
Why is Griffin saying it so much?
Griffin knows weird stuff. That's
fair.
Cool deal.
Well, interesting that you come in hot talking about having a 3.5-year-old and a 4-month-old, 5-month-old, you said?
Yeah, about there. Who keeps track?
Because Jackie Manoski, hello, Jackie, would like to know, nap or no?
Oh my God, I can't live without a nap. Are you kidding me? Now, okay.
I had a feeling that was going to be the answer.
Here's the thing. Before I met Teresa, who is my wife,
the wonderful.
I did not nap. I stopped napping. Like, I remember when I was a kid, like I, past a certain age, the idea of napping was just like physically impossible. I'm ADD, and even if I didn't have ADD, it's just like, it felt like such a waste of like, there's so much more I could be doing right now. And then I started dating Teresa, and she is a napper and is the kind of person who can like lay down and be asleep in like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, so then it started to be like, before we had kids, even like, there was just a point in the day when I was home from work where it's like, well, now I either am also asleep or by myself. So it's like, well, if you're taking a nap, I'm taking a nap. And I got good at it.
Yeah.
And how long did it take? What's the method? Is it just like, is it like the military stuff, or you focus on your breath and you count to like 12 while you think about a tree or something?
So yeah, before I had kids, it was like, I worked on all these like meditation, quiet minds. Like, the method that seemed to work for me is like, I'm going to give my brain like 5 minutes to run through all of the things of like, I still have to do this and I haven't done this, and this works for sleeping too, and like exhaust itself. And then like I physically roll over to like, and done. And like, that usually helps, and breathing and like, all of that stuff. But for naps now, it usually is what my family, by which I mean all McElroys, have taken to calling survival naps. Of like, this is not a choice.
Yeah.
If I don't nap.
You're like a World War I soldier in the trenches who has 15 minutes. So it's like, okay, do this now. And then, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Cause once BB like reached an age where like it was like scheduled naps.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God, still to this day, 3.5 years old, scheduled naps. That fool naps from like 3 to 4:30 at least every day. It is a godsend. But when it got to the point where it was scheduled naps, it was like, okay, great. We have an hour. And cause here's the thing, you can like wash dishes with like a 2-year-old. You can, write, with a 2-year-old in the room. You cannot nap with a 2-year-old in the room. And so for me, it was like, okay, great. I have an hour to nap. And then I also found that I was more productive for the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it gave structure to the day. Now, here's what I will say. The downside of it is that oftentimes the nap occurs like 3 to 5 for me, somewhere in there. Not the whole time, mind you, but somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, it's hard to reset into and back to work. And I work from home. So like my work, I usually start working at 8 because I'm up, and work like BB sleeps till 8, but baby Dot now is like up at like 7. And so I'm up at 8 anyway. So I start working and I work like 8 to 4 and then like nap like 4 to 5. Mm-hmm. And then I'm not doing anything else after that. So that's kind of my drive home from the office is like napping. And then I get home and it's like, and I'm done.
Nice.
But yeah, I cannot imagine. There are days where I don't nap. And by
you said
like,
with a 1,000-yard stare.
By like 8 o'clock, I have those yawns where you're yawning so hard you're like crying a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? Like your eyes are what, and you're snapping at everything, including like the television, and you're like, I don't know, Daniel Tiger. I don't know what, writing food, whatever. I don't care. And it's like, what happened? It's like, oh, I didn't nap. Oh no. That's why I'm a monster now.
You get cranky when you don't have your nap.
Yes. And like being a parent, there are many, many things that your kids will say. They're like, do you know how much I wish that all I had to do right now? Like that I've said to my daughter, no, don't leave the table until you finish eating that cupcake. And she's been frustrated about it. And I'm like, I don't know why, but you have to eat that cupcake. Just And it's like, do you know how much I wish that there was someone like telling me I had to go to sleep at 9 p.m. or that I had to like, finish that cupcake or eat that grilled cheese or just like all of these things. I'm like, you don't know. Like, I wish I could just like do the stuff that you do. But yes, are you guys pro or anti-nap? I've been talking nonstop.
I have not.
By all means, we've been talking for 2 hours.
When I was a kid, I would nap, but that was the school that mandated nap. It was like have a little carton of whole milk and then go to sleep. And to me, that never worked. I was like, well, now I have this milk. I don't like just drinking whole milk. That was not enjoyable. Now I have to lay here on this mat and just sort of look and see, is anybody falling for this?
Everyone else is there.
Yeah, everybody's just like staring and looking around. But no matter how exhausted I am, if I take a nap, when I wake up, I am more exhausted.
And you're sleeping too long. You're napping too long.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's like an hour? How long should I do it?
30 to 40 minutes.
That was my question. That was going to be, I actually wrote down length of nap. What is your preferred nap length?
After 30 to 40 minutes, you start to get into REM cycle. And if you interrupt that, you come out more tired than you were before. Yeah. So 30 to 40 minutes is where you should be aiming for so that your body like has time to recover some energy and stuff, but not going into like deep sleep.
If you don't go into the deep sleep mode, this was my other question. What's your wake up method from a nap? Cause in the past, I had avoided napping for that reason. Like, what if I fall asleep and then either wake up groggy or even if I set an alarm on my phone or something, what if I sleep through it and then something else I'm supposed to do later in the day happens?
After kids, you scream.
That's fair.
That you cannot snooze without being arrested.
Just look, have them, I'm going to tell you when I'm taking my nap and be like, Travis, will you just have them call me on speakerphone in 20 minutes?
Yeah. No, the real answer is what I learned to do when I used to have to when I didn't work from home and I had to get up on time. Because when I worked, my last job before that was working at the Shakespeare Company as technical director. And I used to have to start work at 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes to do Bill. I would set progressive alarms every 5 minutes and put my phone farther than arm's reach away. Yeah. So it's going to go off. And even if I snooze it or ignore it or whatever, it's going to go off again in 5 minutes and go off. And I tell you what, the thing is now with being able to do Siri and stuff is as I'm laying down, doing Siri, wake me up at 5 o'clock and I'm out, and so that way I never have to worry about setting the alarm or forgetting to set the alarm. Mm-hmm. But most of the time, the answer is just my body will kind of give me the kick, as Leonardo DiCaprio would say, and get me out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sure. All
right. I'm a napper. I started napping when I started napping. I was never a napper before, but I started napping when I worked at Universal, and we would do our shows were 20 minutes on, 40 minutes off every hour.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would find myself late in the day getting tired. And so I would on 1 or 2 of the breaks in the afternoon, I would just tip the hat down, lean back, take a 20-minute nap, and I actually really liked it. So now I'm not regularly a napper, but I'm not anti-nap by any stretch.
I was for years, I've known you for 17 years. We've traveled around the world together, and I've never once have I heard Mark go, well, I need to go take a nap. Never once ever, cause you strike and I enjoy them. I don't know if you heard this before, Travis. Mark famously gets very little sleep. We have no idea how he functions. I
have 5 hours a night.
Oh boy.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to really
Is that weird?
Scared,
am I going to die very soon?
Yeah,
Hold on. I'll top it right now.
You know what? I'm not going to hem and haw. I'd be surprised if you make it through the night.
Yeah. Let me scare you even more, Travis.
The memorial Mark Gagliardi stream.
Travis, I'm going to send chills up your spine right now. Our producer, Ken Plume, is here. Ken, will you please pop on for just a second, if you please?
I've seen Ken this whole time.
Our producer, Ken Plume, is here.
Ken was in my team.
Where you guys, is you just bring him on to throw shade at me about something?
No, Ken, will you please tell Travis how many hours of sleep you get a night on average?
4.
Thank you.
Ken, you were in my dream.
Bye.
Ken was in my dream. I was getting off of a roller coaster and Ken was there for some reason. Sure. And to get off the roller coaster, you had to maneuver through all these stacked up chairs for some reason. I was like, this is precarious. And Ken just started flipping through, literally flipping off of them, like he was like Robin. It was incredible. I'm like, in the dream, I was like, holy shit, Kim, that's incredible. I was blown up.
So you've been to Disneyland with him because he moves at a speed that is inhuman.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't keep
He knows how to go and when and where.
Yeah.
I think the thing is like there are people in the world who like, they're fueled by different things, right? There are people I know who are like, if I do not exercise, I can't make it through the day. And there are people who are like coffee people. And I enjoy I can't not drink coffee, but that is because of like habitually, it doesn't give me like a big caffeine kick or anything. It's just like part of my routine. But for me, it's like sleep. Like literally, if I get less than like 6 hours of sleep, I have like stomach issues. I get like physically ill. I just can't do it. And right now I'm sleep training baby Dot, and that's a whole kettle of fish where I'm just getting yelled at a lot by her. And that's fine because I love her and she's very cute.
Good.
And it is, sleep training a baby is really fun because it's the closest we'll get in real life to seeing like Jekyll and Hyde. Cause like during the day, every time she sees me, it's like, and she'll like give me this really cute smile, big like toothless grin. It's great. And then at night, she's the devil. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so for me, sleep, I got better at sleep out of necessity. I used to have like really, really bad insomnia. Like every night I'd be up sometimes till like 2 a.m. And then baby was born. And suddenly, there's two very good. One was the psychological reason of like one of the things that kept me awake was the fear that one day I would die. And then when baby was born, I started worrying more about her than myself. So like that, I just stopped worrying about that so much, at least at night. And also, I'm so tired. That was the other thing. I'm just like, I know that was it. It's like when she was like 4 months old, right? Where it's like the choice is gone. Where it's like, this is not like, well, I'll stay up till 2 and sleep till 11. What do I have to do tomorrow? It was like, okay, she's going to be up at 7. So like, if I don't structure my schedule, like she's going to do it for me. And so like that was to me like the big, I physically cannot sleep past 9 a.m. now. Like my body will wake me up at usually by 8, if not earlier. Yeah. And it's just like, this is where we're at. This is what we're doing now. Even like when I'm on tour and I'm like away from the kids and like in, you know, Pacific time and I'm like up at 4 a.m. just like, well, here we are, LA.
Now I'm forced to watch yet another sunrise.
Yep.
Sunrises are lovely. They only happen twice a year.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I still would choose sunrise over sunset, by the way, because after sunrise, beautiful day. After sunset, now I'm just outside in the dark, and that's scary.
Staring at a bird feeder.
That's true. It's a lot scarier. Dark
during the day,
bird
less
feeder,
scary. We're talking about which halves of the day after sunset, way scarier.
Yeah, more vampires.
So Nap.
Asked and answered.
Asked and answered. All right, we're running out of time. We're going just a little over, so we're going to have to do this second one lightning fast. I think I have a hunch that if we do a 1, 2, 3 countdown on this one, which we haven't done yet, and we all say it, I'm curious if we will all say the same thing. The question is, regular Oreos, novelty Oreos, or double stuff?
Yeah. Are we counting down?
I'm going to count down from 3 just to see if we're all on the same page with this one. 3, 2, 1. Double stuff.
Double stuff.
Double stuff
is too much stuff. It's too much stuff.
Can I be honest, Travis?
To cookie ratio, all you're getting is the sweetness, and you're not getting any of that bitter chocolate. That's too much stuff. You greedy turds.
Hold on.
You don't need that much stuff. There are people out there with no stuff. They're eating the thins because you took all their stuff. Leave us some stuff for the rest of us. No, Hal. No, Hal. You're a greedy stuff boy, and I want to hear you say it.
Hold on. I'm not a greedy stuff boy. I won't say it.
That's not what I heard.
I was going to say regular. The reason I said double stuff is I thought both of you were going to say it. But I prefer, there is too much.
I said double stuff because I thought you two were going to say double stuff, and I knew we were running out of time.
Oreo.
Then why didn't we all just, you know what? I'm going to do this again. Ready?
You can't change the narrative
3,
now.
1.
Regular.
Okay.
It's regular Oreos.
Get your guns, you joiners.
Travis, I love you. Thank you.
Love you so much.
I love you too. Who's on after me?
Paul F. Tompkins is coming up.
Oh, Paul, tell him I said hi.
We will.
All right.
Hey, Paul F. Tompkins, Travis McElroy says hi. Is Paul here?
He's on his way in. Is Paul here? Do we have a Paul?
Do we have a Paul?
Is Paul on his way in? There's like a series of button presses that have to happen to get him in here. But our final guest is the great Paul F. Tompkins, our friend.
Who needs no introduction.
Hour and many other things. Oh,
yeah.
Hello.
Oh my God. I love what you are wearing.
Oh, these?
Yes, those.
My seersucker pajamas.
And your Tonight Show curtain.
Yeah. That was my immediate thought, was that is the Tonight Show curtain.
I was wondering, you guys are old enough to remember that.
Yes.
Yeah. The Johnny Carson. Paul, you have first of all, before we get to the thing, how are you? It is lovely to see you.
Yes.
I'm very well, thank you. I'm dropping in with you guys before I record Stay F Homekins, my quarantine podcast with my wife.
Awesome.
Which we'll record right after this. So this is perfect timing.
Look at that. Well, thank you for being here. And this is kind of, your outfit is perfect for the question that comes to us from Otto Maddox. And the question is, sleeping attire, PJs, t-shirt, just your underpants, sweatpants, or your birthday suit, or anything else that might be on the list. Are you a proper sleep in pajamas guy?
Sometimes I am. I am large. I contain multitudes, and I absolutely will run the gamut of sleeping attire. I have here's the things I prefer.
Okay.
Wintertime, pajamas.
PJs, t-shirt, your
pajamas.
underpants.
I say
pajamas.
I'm not that's PJs is for kids. PJs
okay,
imply,
I thought jammies. What did you call them as a kid? We called them jammies.
Jammies. No.
What?
That's racist. It's related to Jam Crow. By the way, I read the Snopes while you guys were talking. I read the Snopes entry for Jimmy's. It's fascinating. It's absolutely worth a read. There's no conclusive, there's no evidence at all that it's racist.
Right.
Or where that even comes from. But all of the people claiming to be the inventor of Jimmy's, the term, the actual Jimmy itself, it's a great read. Jimmy's entry on Snopes is a great read.
Snopes is generally a great read.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I bet there's some dry stuff on Snopes.
I'm sure. I go to the wet section.
So I say pajamas. I do not say pajamas or any of the nicknames for pajamas. I don't like clothing nicknames. That's just me.
That's
so pajamas in the wintertime.
Right.
In the summertime, I like to go au naturel, my friends.
Oh, really? Right on.
Yeah, which is that's a bold move in an earthquake town.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it is.
You never know when you're gonna have to run outside.
You just have pants set next to the bed, like already with the shoes under them.
Honest to God, I will have clothes nearby.
You have to. I can never get, I don't think I tried it a couple times, sleeping au naturel, and I couldn't get comfortable with it because the whole time I'm laying in bed going,
most comfortable.
I don't know. I mean, I shower and I'm clean, but I just have this weird thing of like, is this bad for, it's either bad for the sheets or it's bad for, look, I have a lot of problems.
It's bad.
The more, I wish I wasn't saying this out loud.
These are 2-count sheets. Do you think my body will destroy them overnight?
I have those tissue paper sheets. They're very gentle. And if I sweat, it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sleep in those giant condoms from the Naked Gun. That's what I wear. It's the only thing that will keep me safe.
Well, I have my bed is an old hospital exam table. And,
so you have the paper.
I put the paper bed spread out. Pull up that paper top sheet.
The little smaller paper towel that they put around the pillow.
Yeah. And
I've got your feet.
2 airline pillows.
Mark, how do you sleep?
I usually, you know what? Honestly, and this is really embarrassing because I stay up fairly late. And by the time I go to, I don't have like a go to bed ritual. Like I don't get ready for bed. You know what I mean?
The ritual is monitoring when Ken Plume is still up, and then you say, I'm going to go to bed 1 hour before he does.
That's fair. And he's on a different coast.
Yeah. My goal is get 1 more hour of sleep than Ken Bloom. And
yeah. But yeah, I don't really have a ritual. It's just like, do whatever I'm doing until I'm tired to the point of not being able to do it anymore. It's usually just like whatever is underneath what I'm wearing. You know what I mean? So like I'd lose this. I'd just be in the tank top and the underpants. Like it's like take off any, I don't put anything on for bed. I just take off what would be uncomfortable to sleep in. And sometimes I don't even get that far if it's been a night. Like
I've seen that before.
Where like after a party or something.
What has Hal seen before?
I've roomed with Mark, and if he's out all night, he'll come back and just fully clothed, lay down, face down on the bed, which terrifies me. Cause I know he's only one bad moment away. I'm like, should I roll him over? Do I need to get him on his side?
I'm not Eric Stoltz in Mask.
Face down is safer because if he's on his back, he could choke on his own vomit.
That's true. Oh, that's true. You're just going to wake up in a puddle of it. So I'll leave you alone in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
He'll just lay down. He'll be like, now it's sleep time. Cause that's as far as he's gotten. He can't even get a layer deep. And now I imagine you when you take clothes off being like you're just sort of struggling, like the shirt comes off and then the pants come off.
Yeah.
And then just you fall over from exhaustion when you
frequently the jeans and belt and frequently the socks as well. Like middle of the night will be like why am I uncomfortable? Oh, I still have my pants on.
Oh.
Like I am not good at sleeping, guys. I am terrible at sleep.
Really
Let me ask you this.
Sad.
As a pajama guy, do you put the pajamas on before bed or do you put the pajamas on at the point in the evening when you decide now is comfy time?
Mark, I'm so glad you asked.
Oh, good.
My wife Janie and I have a term which is soft clothes. And there is a time in the evening where someone will announce, I'm going to go change into soft clothes. And that could mean pajamas, or it could just mean things that could serve as pajamas.
Right.
Most of the time it means whatever pajamas mean to the individual.
Right. So, whatever you're planning on sleeping in.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this on now, and that's it for the night. I'm getting into bed with this on.
Gotcha. My brother-in-law, when he comes home from work, because he works in a place where he has to wear a shirt and tie and trousers, will come home and put on what he calls his play clothes. Just because he is, from the time he was a little kid, they've called him that. You come home from school,
Absolutely.
You take off your school clothes, you put on your play clothes.
That's right. Those school clothes cost money, and you're not gonna ruin them.
Exactly. And if it's a uniform like I had at Catholic school, you don't have 7 or 8 pairs of those pants. You got a couple pairs of the uniform pants.
It's very true.
You got to get a couple of days out of those.
It's very true. I think I had 2 pairs of school pants and 2 school shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 school tie.
So by the end of the week, the school tie just has all 5 days of lunch on it. Oh, I feel I've offended.
Impression that I was a sloppy child.
I'm thinking more, I was using the universal U, by which I mean my clothes.
One school tie has
exactly.
One on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mustard was the worst culprit for my school uniform. Whether on navy pants or a white shirt, it looks terrible.
Wow.
It works on a plaid tie though.
It really sets it off.
If you're wearing a tartan Catholic school tie, mustard blends in perfectly.
Yeah. Oh my God.
See, I realized there's a whole world of school uniforms that I would never, cause I went to a Quaker school, which is super hippy dippy, that we would protest that we weren't allowed to wear baseball hats. That should let you know both about the student body and
protests, right?
What's that?
They were all silent protests.
Yes, we were silent protests. We all just sat down.
Until somebody felt the need to speak.
Yes. If the spirit moves you, you stand up and say,
I'd like to wear a baseball cap.
Yes. Oh my God.
I'll sit down now. Thank you.
Senior year at meeting for worship, which is, everybody just sits silently in a room. And if you move to speak, you stand up and share. Every senior. And I watched it happen for 3 years, would stand up and say, I was writing my essay for college and I realized, all the wonderful times I had with everybody and how much I'm going to miss all you and just all you underclassmen. just enjoy it and remember how great it is. And they'd sit down and then somebody else would be like, what a bunch of jerks. And then it would be your turn and you'd stand up and say the same as if you had lost control of your mind and body and forgotten everything else. Cause the most important thing anybody could hear is that you were working on your dumb college essay and that you're gonna miss being in high school. No duh.
Wait,
and then shake hands.
So everybody said this.
Everybody, like,
everyone took
over the
turns
course,
saying they're working their college essay.
Mm-hmm.
But then would someone stand up and say, you dumb jerk, or no?
I mean, we were all thinking it. Somebody would stand up and give it a look.
That was internal monologue.
Yeah.
I thought that was the pattern, was somebody would stand up and say that,
Yeah.
and another person would say, you dumb jerk. And another guy would be like, I'm going to get back on the sincere track.
That classic Quaker call and response. That's how they do it.
What was the name of this class?
What you mean it's called Meeting for Worship.
Meeting for Worship. This was your school is 300 years old and has the word friends in its title. So I know there's going to be some kooky stuff going on, but it was just Wednesday. Okay.
For like a half an hour, you'd walk to this incredibly old building and you'd sit on these benches and they would all face. There was a set of benches they all faced called the facing benches. And when you were a senior or 8th grade for middle school or 5th grade for lower school, that's where you would sit. You would make it to the facing benches.
Yeah.
And everybody would just sit there and you would hear a dry cough every once in a while or a sniff. You would look at the very
distance.
Yeah, exactly. You would open the very old prayer books that were there that I don't think were ever even used during the Sunday services. And you would watch other kids pull the buttons off of cushions slowly and methodically and wonder, what am I doing here? I know I'm supposed to be reflecting, but I'm not. I don't think any of the kids did. And
it sounds like
this suspect the teachers didn't.
Is this school training you for AA? Like it seems like, yeah, everybody you have to go and stand up and say how you're feeling, and there's coffee and donuts. Yeah.
Everybody would smoke outside afterwards. What?
Were you in an AA sleeper cell?
Maybe. Yes. We were activated and then had to sit there in a circle while one person shared.
Oh my God.
And then we got snacks afterwards. Wow. That really is an AA sleeper cell.
Yeah.
I had no idea. In my own backyard. That's where they were.
Indeed.
So,
let's get back on to talking about sleepwear, because we do have one more question after this one for you, Paul.
I'm going to say the ultimate is in the nude. I think sleeping raw to me is the best. It feels good. It's like skinny dipping on dry land.
Look, if at some point in the night in my half tossing, there have been points I'm sure where I've been like, this is uncomfortable until I'm completely naked. I mean, yeah, the times that I have gone to bed naked and woken up naked have been memorable times frequently.
Like when you were writing your college essay.
When I was writing my college essay.
Don't forget these times. Don't forget how great it was to go to bed naked and wake up that way.
All right. I'm going to read the lyrics to the Circle Game. There is, I will say,
how you still seem I'm not as 100% on board and sold on nudity as Paul is pro nudity. How you seem anti nudity. In general.
No, I'm not. I was going to say as much anxiety as I put on it, which is really on me, there was something to this feels very nice. Like there is a freedom to it as well.
Yeah. Honestly, the skinny dipping analogy, like I had not skinny dipped until I was well into my 30s. I had never done it. Mm-hmm. And then I was at a pool party where it was just me and another person in the pool. It was late in the evening. Everybody else was like standing around doing their own thing. And my friend and I were having a conversation about skinny dipping. I said, I've never done it. And they said, you can just take off your suit right now and see how it feels. Like go to the deep end. I'll stay here. You go over there and do it. And so I did. I couldn't believe how different it felt from just having a bathing suit on to taking the bathing suit off and having your entire body be touched by the water in that way. It was like, oh, I get why people do this. This is very pleasant.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the ancient way to swim.
I love the ancient ways, Mark.
Yeah, I get it.
Ancient, like so much to learn.
I'm gonna throw this out as far as pajama, because it does feel like pajamas and sleeping nude are the two that are, and this has come up before, the special one. You know what I mean? Like just sleeping in whatever, just throw this off and hop into bed. That's like an everyday thing. Like, I don't sleep naked all the time. It is a rare and lovely treat, but also I don't wear pajamas all the time. So they are a rare treat, and frequently a good gift, which is nice. Like I think I've only ever worn pajamas that have been gifted to me. So that also is sort of like, it's like a home cooked meal. You know, it's like, yes, that's a hint. Hal, please send me pajamas.
All right.
So I'll eliminate all the other ones, but,
yes, please.
Between pajamas and the birthday suit, they do have that similarity to them.
Yeah.
That there's a specialness to it.
Let me say this too. Mm-hmm. If you're sleeping in a t-shirt and a lounge pant or whatever, guess what? You're wearing pajamas.
That's true.
You might think you're not, but you are. This is a special little suit you put on to go to sleep in.
I guess. Yeah, it's your soft clothes.
Yeah. That's pajamas. And I haven't had I have a flannel set of pajamas that I will wear in the winter.
Yeah.
But I haven't had like a pajama sets like this until the quarantine happened. And then I was like, I'm staying inside a lot, and I think it might be nice to lounge around in a pair of pajamas. And I had a pair of like Brooks Brothers pajamas that I bought a million years ago, and I busted them out for one of the last thrillings that we did. And I was like, I like this a lot. This is very comfortable and it's very enjoyable. So I recommend it. If you're on the fence about pajamas, it's a nice thing.
All right. Do you prefer the time that you spend awake in pajamas or the time that you spend asleep in pajamas?
I think awake, because it can get hot at night under the covers, and like in the summertime in the summertime I would take these off to go to sleep, and then I put them back on in the morning to have breakfast and stuff and start the day. So yeah, I think during the day it feels luxurious. And then look, once we're all back at work, God willing, we're not going to have as many opportunities to feel this way. So good point. I'm making the most of it.
Right on. I love it. So pajamas at day, sailors.
Well, I do.
Way, naked at night, sailors delight.
The sleeping naked at night is. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Hal.
I said the whole thing.
Okay, you got through the whole classic sailor poem.
Naked at night, sailors delight.
That's right.
I mean, and to quote Paget from earlier in the episode, you wear your pajamas as your soft clothes, but then, sleeping naked, it's a little sexy. There's something sexy about it. It's a little different, little more fun.
Fire, my friend.
What? I'm fully on board with that. I love pajamas. When I sleep in pajamas, it does it's the same. Yeah. It'll get bunched up. Feels like I'm wearing a button down shirt. Cause I am I'm wearing an Oxford to sleep.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Especially because of Los Angeles, it is a seasonal thing for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the best asked and answered. It's sleeping in the nude. Right. One final. Do you have time for one little quickie at the end here, Paul?
What if I said no?
We'd hang up right now.
It'd all disappear.
It would all disappear. All right. Emmy Robertson wants to know, and this is a good one for our final topic. What is the best email sign off?
Now, this is operating under the assumption that they all suck, right?
Yep.
So we're voting for best of the worst here.
Correct. You don't like an email sign off?
No.
Not a best. I'm a best wishes guy. Because that seems generally to encompass things.
You don't mean that.
In a formal thing.
Best wishes is such a funny phrase to me.
Best wishes.
I'm I'm wishing you the best ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever your wish for yourself is, I wish that you were wishing the best of them. Also that they come, and it's nothing to do with whether they come true. I just want you to be wishing correctly.
This concludes our business transaction. I hope you get that pony. Honestly, the one that I like the most, and I have a friend who routinely signs off this way, is best.
Mm-hmm.
Just the word best, comma.
Yep.
I really like it a lot.
That's what I do. That's my.
And it's just the shortened version of best wishes. Unless what would be the other?
Best anything. Yeah. Why just wishes? Why can't I wish them?
Your green book.
Yeah.
That's my email sign up.
Yeah.
Best picture winner, green book.
Paul F. Tompkins. What about in life? What do you guys use in life?
As well as the box office receipts.
Now available on streaming and DVD.
Do you guys have one that you generally use in life? Like, do you have a go-to?
I don't have a go. I don't do a sign off that often.
Yeah. Obviously, the best of the worst. Paul F. Tompkins.
If I do, I'll maybe do thank you very much or sincerely are probably my two go-tos.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Sincerely. Yeah. I meant what I said. I think a thank you is.
Bead of sweat. Just to be clear, there are no lies in this letter.
Yeah.
I wrote sincerely. Those are the rules.
Sincerely. I totally promise.
Sincerely.
I like sincerely. I'm on board with sincerely.
It's a nice word. It's a very nice word.
It looks nice. It sounds nice. It means nice things. Nice is like the kind of like any email sign off that would kind of be the adjective for it. Like it's nice.
It reminds you of the Buffalo Bills from the Music Man movie.
Expand on that.
How can there be any
sin and sincere?
How can there be any sin and sincere?
Where is the good and goodbye?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I scream.
Oh man, I just heard that song the other day for the first time in years, and I was excited. The song Ice Cream. I was listening to Channel 72. Shout out to Seth Rudetsky and Broadway Radio on Sirius XM, and that song came on. I was like, oh yeah, I did this play freshman year. And I remembered
one of the Buffalo Bills?
I never got to do it. I
was in the ensemble. I was just doing this at the beginning.
Yeah, Paul, you would be a great Professor Harold Hill.
Well,
like a role.
That's very nice. I think I'm more of a Marcellus Washburn, but I appreciate that. I think I could do a great job. Look, vote for me to do Professor Harold Hill in the People's Broadway. A concept I just invented. People to play roles.
The People's Broadway.
That's right.
Oh my God. Is it, or what are we going with here for the best sign off? Are we going sincerely? Are we going no sign off?
I thought it was best. We like
best is great.
Best is I think is the best.
I think best is like, what is the best? If the question is what is the best, then
the
best.
That seems very friendly and intimate about it. Do you know what I mean? Because it is so short. I don't know. I really like it a lot.
Yeah. It kind of says
I'm on board. I like that. Well, you know what? Paul F. Tompkins, thanks for coming and doing the show.
Yes.
Best.
Guys, thank you for having me. I can't wait to be back on for you promised me that when you finally rank the races, I'm going to be the guest.
Camp Town versus
the New York Marathon.
I don't remember that being in the email, but
oh God.
We just added them, their late edition. Then the winner will be when people try to eat fruit by the foot. So you can do it the fastest.
The winner is the long breadstick at the Italian restaurant.
Bottomless. Thank you for having me, and thank you for doing this and contributing money to a great cause. And thank you everyone who is viewing and who also helped out. This is we got to be doing more stuff like this, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Thank you so much, man.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon. Best. How? Look what we did. And we're only 20 minutes over. We did great.
It's amazing. I had it all budgeted out. And somewhere I lost
Hal,
control
you did
of it,
an amazing job. It now looks like, I've got the crazy paper of like a newscaster who just does this and then scribbles.
I just want to throw some thank yous out there. We couldn't do this show without our producer, Ken Plume, who briefly came in to tell us how little sleep he gets. The reason that you were able to see this streaming, the reason we were able to sell tickets and do it so quickly is because of Ben Blacker and Julie Lacouture. Thank you to them. Thank you to all of our guests, all of our incredible guests. Janet Varney, Eric Edelstein, Symphony Sanders, Cecil Baldwin, Meg Bashwinner, Lindsay Kelg, Danielle Radford, Paget Brewster, Laser Melina Weber, Travis McElroy, and of course, Paul F. Tompkins for giving us their time and helping us raise money for this cause. And thank you to all
$2,000. We raised a couple grand. So
it's
thank
incredible.
you. Yeah.
We couldn't do that without you. Thank you so much. And that is it. You can listen to our podcast every single week. We settle single topics a lot of the time. Sometimes we do multiple topics, but a lot of these people have been on multiple times, and you can see why they are all a delight and wonderful. And Mark, thank you for doing the show.
And Hal, thank you, brother, for doing this and for all the work that you did putting this together. This was, I put my name on the group assignment on this one. You did a great job. And we will sign off as we always do. These topics are closed, but there are many more topics to discuss. So please reach out to us on Twitter at We Got This Tweets. Check out the Maximum Fun subreddit or
email us at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com or go to our Facebook group. That's facebook.com/groups/WeGotThisPodcast. Thank you again to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thanks, of course, to our musicians, Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman, for our score and theme song, respectively, that you heard at the very beginning of the show. And thank you, the people of the world, for giving us the chance to do a big, epic extravaganza show like this, for giving Hal and I a chance to talk to some of our dear friends, some of whom we haven't talked to in a while, and for raising a couple $1,000s for the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. And stay safe, stay healthy, keep up the fight. And yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody.
We got this.
We got this.
Hey, I'm Bria Grant, an e-reader who loves spoilers and chocolate.
And I'm Mallory O'Mara, a print book collector who will murder you if you spoil a book for me.
And we're the hosts of Reading Glasses, a podcast designed to help you read better.
Over the past few years, we've figured out why people read.
Self-improvement,
escapism,
to distract ourselves from the world burning down,
and why they don't.
Not enough time,
not knowing what to read,
and being overwhelmed by the number on their TBR list.
And we're here to help you with that. We will help you conquer your TBR pile while probably adding a bunch of books to it.
Reading Glasses.
Every week
on MaximumFun.org.
Rocket Ship 1, this is Mission Control. Come in.
This is Rocket Ship 1. Go ahead.
Rocket Ship, what's your status on Max Fun Drive? Shouldn't we have seen it by now?
Sorry about that, Mission Control. Turns out I miscalculated. Current projected ETA for Max Fun Drive is July 13. But it looks different. It'll be for 4 weeks, so it's longer than expected, but all readings point to low-key.
Oh, that'll be good. But can you verify that there are still special gifts for new and upgrading monthly members?
Verified. Sweet gifts for new and upgrading members, plus amazing new episodes, and even special weekly live streams for charity.
Copy that. Rocket Ship, can you confirm ETA for Max Fun Drive?
90% probability of Max Fun Drive from July 13 to August 7.
Did you say 90%?
There were a couple of decimal places, and I might have carried a zero wrong.
I'm just going to pencil in July 13 to August 7. Mission Control out.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture. Artist owned.
Audience supported.